Woohoo.
What's up, going, Brett?
What's going on?
How are you?
Good, brother. How are you?
I'm good, man. You look fucking like death face.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't look as bad as freaking Samson looked yesterday, but dang.
You're pretty
But I
close.
also, I'm a little different bodybuilder than him. I don't need a. I'm
Yeah,
not someone that goes as deep down as he has to, or else I'll be 100 pounds. So,
yeah. How's the diet been going, man? Are you bringing something new? Are you bringing a new level of condition? What's the plan?
so yeah, it's definitely been a different prep. I'm Most people don't realize that, I've only ever worked with one coach before this. So I was only ever with Matt Jansen, in my career. And when it comes to bodybuilding, besides amateur, I did my kind of my own things and stuff. So this whole prep was just absolutely a new process in regards to, techniques, especially from Boss. I would say the biggest difference, and what I said that from the start is I'm doing it the way he wants to do it. You know what I mean? Like going all in, that we're not going to question these things. It's going to be different, but let's settle in and do it right. So the biggest difference I would say is like, Matt figured what Matt would do with me is he would utilize food a little bit more like earlier in prep
Yeah.
or throughout prep for training purposes, right?
Hmm.
So a lot of our feeding up and purposes were for training, certain body parts, especially like legs and things, you know what I mean, to keep the fullness there and obviously, or continue to do high days and build those or whatnot. Um, while Stefan was more like, his process was more like out the gate, we're just trying to get you peeled as fast as we can.
Right.
And then we'll fill you out leading into the show. Right. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's something I've never really done. So like, it was for me, it was hard because it was just like, it was aggressive from the start. Like,
Right.
I went, I'm somebody in previous preps, I would with Matt and stuff, we would do maybe, 2, 3 high days a week as needed, right?
Sure.
We'd have a little boost, where it needed to be happen. With Stefan, we went 8, 10 weeks without a high day,
Yeah.
and I think this will officially be my first prep in my career that like I didn't have a cheat meal or a free meal the entire time.
Right.
And,
And
I, and I'm perfect. What's that?
at what week did you start considering a different coach?
Like, fuck this.
Yeah, like I'm
Like
using
I
my
said,
high days.
Can I ask you guys something though? And I guess I'll ask all three of you. I actually like Stefan's approach. Like I like get the fucking body fat off and then refeed the body. Like I like that approach to things. So Ian, what do you think? Ben, you guys are both coaches. Ben, I mean, whatever, whether you're consider yourself a coach or not, you guys both coached high level
yeah,
athletes. So what do you guys think?
Go ahead, Ben.
I agree. You've seen Carl, for instance.
Yeah,
It's the exact approach you used with him. So we got him pretty lean, and then started feeding him, and now he's like high days have become his baseline days, and we're just feeding the shit out of him now, and he's getting better and better. And I do like that approach much, much better. Get them ready a little earlier while
yeah,
they're fresh,
yeah.
dig them down, and then I know you've always said that, like, fuck it, when you're early, get on that stairmaster when you're still fresh, and rip it off. So yeah,
Well, the reason I think it's like you're holding so much body fat that and this is my bro science mind, so please nobody just bear with me. I feel like when you're holding a lot of body fat, your body has more shit to tap into, so you're not going to lose as much muscle.
Yeah.
Just the way my mind works. I don't know if that's accurate, but go ahead,
Yeah.
Ian.
I've done it both ways and I've looked really good doing both. I think they can both work. I mean, obviously I worked with Matt and had some great showings, and with Patrick, we kind of did closer to Stefan. We pushed maybe a little earlier, maybe kind of a hybrid of the two. The one thing I do like about pushing a bit earlier is that you have like a little more like flex room in terms of timing. Like if you're doing it the other way and you're coming down gradually and you get, to the time you're getting a bit closer and you're like, hey, we got to push. Now you're pushing when your body is in that little more depleted, sensitive state. I think
Right.
that's like not as ideal versus if you start pushing it, 20 weeks out and then you're like 12 weeks out and you're like pretty much, good to go, or you need to push it till 6 weeks out or 8 weeks out, then
Yeah.
you can let off the gas when your body's
yeah,
a little more depleted, a little more sensitive, and the training is starting to come down. So like you're not getting as much tissue loss, I think, in that sense, or like loss of intensity of training for as long of a duration. But I mean, like I said, I've done them, there's a million ways to skin a cat, and I think they definitely can both work and have worked. I mean, I've done them
what
both.
what's nice about it, like if you take, like, Carl can get in shape in 12 weeks, right? Last year we started at 12 weeks out. Then he got an injury. Then he got sick twice. We lost 4 weeks within that space. So with this way, you factor in, like you said, those hiccups, because there's no such thing as a smooth prep. You're going to get a little niggle, an injury, a sickness, a bug, or you just have the opportunity to have a deload week halfway through the prep, reset and go again. It gives you a lot more flexibility and options rather than be late to the party, which you don't want to do.
Yeah, that's where I'm coming from. I think that's the one thing you just, avoid kind of last minute panics at a little higher percentage, I think.
Yeah.
Like it's just, if you are a little behind, at least you're behind early, you're behind at 12 weeks out, not behind at 3 weeks out.
That's right.
And I think, when you got to I mean, we've all done it. We've seen a million guys do it. You're 2 weeks out, you're doing 2 hours of cardio to try and like crunch it in at the last little bit. And that's really when physiques can suffer. So I think if you can get the hard work done early, like you said, when the energy's a bit higher and the body fat's a bit higher is like an energy source to tap into, I think you're usually, it works well for sure. Yeah.
Brett, you've done both now, and you're pretty much at the end of your prep now. You only have you're probably flying out sometime soon. How do you feel about both? Did you like better going like up and down, like zigzagging like Matt, or just getting the fucking shit off? And
yeah, I mean, to be honest, I right now is where I'm determining that, because we reached that point. Now we're starting to fill back up, right? So now, I will say, like a couple of days ago, this is the most detail and leanness my legs have ever been, like all the way up to the hip. Truly can actually, where you're seeing those fine striations through the hips. Sure. But now it's about filling those back out leading into the show. So just trusting the process, seeing that process. I kind of prefer the zigzag a little bit more, just because you guys know I love the train. Yeah. So the difference with the other huge difference in the prep was obviously the strength wasn't there as much either. And that's just, endurance and strength. We love the train, and that's what we do. Right. Obviously, it doesn't matter come stage time. So we'll see. But to be determined. I'll tell you next week for sure. But right now, they're happening and changing. So I'm happy with heading into this Sunday, and then it'll be peak week next week, boys.
Yeah. Is there something to be said for a hybrid of the two?
Yeah. I think that's where if I next prep, I would probably, that'd be our conversation and be like, hey, I liked what we did here, but I think there is a little bit of leniency. We can still feed a little bit earlier too, just for performance.
Right.
And then, but still kind of push that coming in early too. So then, like I said, that happens with working with a coach a little bit longer and feedback and going from there.
Sure.
I kind of did that hybrid approach with Carl. We did some at 20 weeks out and at 11 weeks.
That's a good idea. Go a little longer.
11 weeks. I said no training for a week, and I put his calories way up.
Yeah,
he ate just over, he's maintenance, whatever,
right?
Just to bring him back to life, and then he came back in and dug down. It took 3 weeks, and all the fat was off him. Then,
yeah, gives body a total rest.
Yeah, so I think that's probably my favorite approach of all the ones I've started to hone in on. That one is it gives you the most options and
and I think it really does kind of depend on the athlete as well, and what really fuels a lot of their progress, where it's coming from. Someone like Brett, obviously a lot of his fat burning, a lot of the things that he gets are built out of that training, so I think for someone like that, keeping that training fucking ramped up as high as possible for as long as possible can definitely be of a big benefit. So, I think different athletes can have different ways. And, there's guys like Nathan Dasha, which will get ready in fucking 2 days. And then there's, guys that need 20 weeks, and, training can suffer if you push food down a little too much. So, and it really depends, like I said, what got you there. And if, for someone like me or like Brett or a lot of guys, where so much of that fat burning and so much of that muscle was just built off of a certain type of training, I think that's really important to keep that at an all-time high, right?
I wonder how much bigger I could have been.
A lot bigger.
Oh, a lot, way bigger.
Yeah. Imagine how awesome. Seriously though, imagine how awesome I would have been. My training at the end lasts 4 to 6 weeks. I'm lifting
curling tens.
Oh my god, dude! It was warm-up weights. I was so dead, just dead. My body was dead.
Yeah,
I was doing fucking warm-ups for everything.
Oh, I misinterpreted your. I thought you meant how much bigger could you have been if you'd have trained heavy. That's right.
Fuck you.
You actually trained hard for once,
So listen, I just want to change gears for 1 second. Ben, you did a show out of nowhere. What the fuck is going on? Are you having a midlife crisis or what?
It's an extended midlife crisis. It started about 4 years ago, and we're still. No, I just listen. First
of all, you didn't tell anybody. You told 4 people.
Yeah.
You went absolutely crazy. You went switch from bodybuilding to classic. Tell everybody what happened.
Oh yeah, that was a fucking disaster, huh? No, I decided to diet. I think right around Detroit, I was like in a groove, and I was like, my health is in a good position. Um, Everything's lined up. I said, oh, I want to get lean. Like I want to get really lean, and I don't care about being big anymore. So it kind of gives me the freedom to not worry about holding on to muscle. Right? I'm not in that mindset. So I was like, why don't we just diet? So I started kind of the wheels turning, and then it kind of just escalated. And I got to a point where I was like, probably within striking distance of like 8. I'd always get down to about 8 weeks out, and then I would be like, "Fuck this! I'm hungry, and I'm not like I'm too hungry. I'm gonna eat." And so then I'd come back out of it, and I'd then kind of stop hovering. And I was like, "No, I need to." So I started working with a buddy of mine, Dean, just to like check in with and just push me through that. Like I said, to get me past that hump of I wanted my glutes dug out, and I didn't really care about anything else. And then I got to like a position where I was like, okay, I'm in like striking distance of actually like being stage conditioned. What options are there, like local? And it's Phoenix's birthday coming up, so I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be dieting past his birthday. So in my head, I was always going to diet till like this weekend. So there was that show in San Antonio. So I was like, well, let's rock and roll. Let's go. So 4 weeks out, I then started to like push and to make that weight cap, and I lost all my legs and back and arms.
Everything. So you realize,
well, I'm healthy, but I'm still not. I'm not using all of the. Huh?
You ended up being like 10 pounds under the cap, though. You were like 214 at one point.
Oh, by the time I pulled water and everything else, like my lowest, because we had a long travel day the day before, and we got fucked up. It was like an 18-hour travel day because I had to go. I'm sorry, it doesn't matter. So by the time I woke up on like the Thursday morning, my weight had plummeted. It just
yeah.
Some days
body went into fucking overdrive.
Yeah, and I should have been eating more. Like, yeah. So
you could have been stopping at each gas station grabbing whatever you wanted.
Yeah, and then I tried to honestly, I carved up like too clean, and by that point I was so depleted.
Gotta have the shit food sometimes.
I know you kept telling me, go eat a burger and fry. I did. Listen, I was just sticking to a plan that we'd laid out and what I was comfortable with, and I wasn't too worried, right? Because I even said to Donnies, I said, if I get backstage and I look like a bag of dick, we'll go get breakfast. I don't need to do the show. Like, no one knows I'm doing it. I'm not doing it. And if we're literally backstage,
Brett, seriously, you had to fucking see this guy. I had to deal with this fucking guy.
Oh my god!
Guy's sending me pictures every fucking day, and I'm like, but this is the annoying part.
It only mattered to me. Like,
hold on a minute.
Hold on a minute. Like, oh, geez, it doesn't really go on. Okay.
If you send me pictures every day, but you say to me, I'm competing, cool. I'll look at your pictures every day, and we'll discuss them. If you send me pictures every day, and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to compete. I don't know if I'm going to compete every fucking day.
This is the guy that said, Ben.
This went all the way until day of the show. Even the morning of, he's like, I still don't know if I'm going to compete. I'm like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to fucking kill you. Like, just commit. Just say I'm going to do the show.
You have to do it now because you wasted my time looking at these pictures the last.
No, I always send him pictures like during the actual like diet, not the prep part, right? And
I wanted to get the pictures, but I wanted you to commit to the show. That was the thing.
Okay. Well, I knew that. I didn't want to give you what you wanted, so fuck you.
Hey, Ben, you looked happy, man. You were doing your thing. I'm glad you did it, bro. Like,
so
I know you're out there in the Texas country. It gets a little lonely. You need something to keep you busy. So I love you.
It's funny you say that. It's like the and I said to Fouad, we were chatting on the phone the other day. It's the most fun I've ever had. And like he said, he's like, well, you just took all the pressure away. I'm like, well, yeah, I did it for me. Like, I actually just fell in love with bodybuilding again because I haven't been able to do it. So it was fucking lot of fun. I loved every part of it, and I reminded myself because I had it like taken away from me, right? I reminded myself of what like the opportunities that you have and take them. Don't be so complacent.
Yeah, it's nice to compete when nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Ian,
well, it doesn't even matter about competing. It's like it's just nice to do what makes you happy, right?
Yeah. Like you went through a whole prep just for yourself. You didn't tell anybody. You didn't post any photos. You didn't do shit. Ian, when you come back, do you feel like there's going to be like, if you come back? Sorry, I shouldn't say like. It's a for sure thing.
Do you have inside access or something? What's
if you come back? Well, we all know you want to, but if you come back,
yeah.
do you think it's going to be no pressure? Or do you think it's going to be a lot of pressure because people are like, he's coming back?
I mean, look, we're speaking complete hypotheticals here. If I was to compete again, it would be like under the kind of the guys that Ben did. Like, look, I'm trying to be, I would have to be realistic with myself that I'm never going to be as good of a bodybuilder as I was. Like, I don't think, that there's a version of Iain that's going to be as good as like 2020, 21, 22, anything like that. I don't think that's realistic. But I would be doing it because, I want to do it because of the love of bodybuilding, the love of the challenge of a prep, and getting up on stage. And like, as a pro, like these are like a lot of my boys, like, you get to go backstage and share the, experience with like guys that you enjoy being around, so it would be more so for that. So, if I think I was mentally in the right place to like have that expectation set clear for myself of like, hey, if I get up there and I fucking look like whatever, who cares, And I think that would be fine because I think people now, like I have retired and I come back, like I don't think people's expectation of me, and I would set that would not be that I'm going to be the guy that I used to be, Like, hey, if I come fucking fourth place at a show, cool, you know what I mean? Like it's
I'm
whatever.
Laugh at you so bad, I can't wait.
Well, you came fourth or worse every show you did, so I'm still doing better than you. Yeah,
I don't care. I'm still gonna laugh at you. I give a fuck.
No, but like, look, it would just be because I enjoy it and because I enjoy the challenge, and because I enjoy the atmosphere, and I'm not trying to chase like lost dreams. You know what I mean? Like it's like that part of my life of being as good of a bodybuilder as I possibly can be is behind me, and I'm okay. I've like come to peace with that since I retired. So it would just be for the love. Go ahead.
Would you consider the Masters Olympia?
Ooh.
Yeah, I would consider that.
Is that? I mean, that way, you,
Hey,
in your head, that's a competitive show.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a show that you would be battling for.
I got a question. If you won the Masters Olympia, when we were out drinking, would you then brag that you were Mr. Olympia, or would you brag that you were second place at the Arnold?
Both.
No, you can't have both. You got to pick one.
Like, by the way, I'm Mr. Olympia. You know who you're talking to?
You can't
go to bars. I'd be like going up to girls, be like, I'm Mr. Olympia, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm Mr. Olympia Tokyo.
Asterisk. Yeah.
Someone will walk away from that conversation. Where Jay Cutler looks really good, huh?
Yeah. So no, I wouldn't be doing it to try and like beat.
Would you do the Masters though?
Well, do you have to be 40 for that as a pro? 40, what's the age for that?
I think it's 40. Right?
Oh, that's a long way away. If it was 35, then sure. But I mean, I'm still a.
How old are you?
Oh, it is 40.
He's only 34.
I'm 35 this year in November. So yeah, I mean, if it's 40, that's a long stretch for me. I don't know if I got that kind of wheels in me, but no, I like we talked about. I honestly think doing the idea of like competing as a fucking amateur again and like working my way up would be fucking fun and hilarious,
Fouad Abiad Classic, baby.
So just like starting doing like the Ottawa locals or fucking whatever, and just like working my way up, it would be funny. But then if I go and like lose Canadian nationals, that's like a fucking absolute kick in the nuts,
Awesome. That'd be so great.
Imagine if he loses.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Canadian national. It's one thing if you lose like North Americas to a guy like some fucking freak that ends up becoming like a Nick Walker or some shit. But like if I go and I lose, in the Canadian nationals to someone who never competes as a pro again, like fuck,
Brett, you are in the thick of it though. These guys aren't. Fuck them. They just compete for fun because
we're has-beens.
Been there.
Brett, you're in the thick of it. Are you loving being in the thick of it? Do you love the fucking pressure? Do you love like having to climb the mountain or what?
I do, man. I mean, you can probably guess that. I like the mental challenge that comes with it too, and just to me, it's like, and not showing any of it. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be the most positive. I'm gonna be, the most uplifting. I'm gonna take on each day because it's gonna hurt, right? And they have been, especially even energy wise, but I love the challenge, man. So this has been an awesome prep. This moving down here to Houston it was one of the best moves we made. It's just a great community down here. The businesses that I'm involved with have really been taking off. So like, it has been a full circle moment for this prep, not only obviously for the bodybuilding things, it's just everything else that has kind of came together with it too.
Yeah.
It set me up for life after, what I mean? Like there's some big things ahead in regards to, new businesses and things. And I'm just, it has been a very fulfilling prep, probably the most by far, and it's allowed me to really settle in and soak it in, especially with the girls here too.
What is it about the move? Like, I know you said new businesses, but what exactly, can you talk in detail a little bit about what got you focused?
Yeah, so I mean, just coming down here. So like you obviously know I own a few companies with the butcher bomb, the butcher hooks and things like that. So they were actually already here. So the warehouse that I'm out of is based out of here. So that gave me here when I moved here. Now that gives you full access to obviously the staff, and then obviously growing the brand too. So I got a good business partner down here that we have a couple more ideas ahead that I'll share later this year in regards to businesses. And then also I want to be opening a gym down here next year too. So
hold on a minute. You got Butcher Bomb. What else you got down there?
The hooks.
butcher hooks and
Butcher hooks.
Yep. And then I also I'm creating a new line. I can talk about it. It's fine. So we're continuing this whole peptide line thing. So with the butcher bomb, because we found out it's doing so well.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a cosmetic line next. So I'm gonna be doing a cosmetic facial line with the peptides in it. So with like the glow peptides,
Oh, fucking sweet.
157, TB500. So we've been doing a whole bunch of different products with that. Finding out some really cool things with that in regards to the transdermal peptides, especially for skincare and rejuvenation. And so, I mean, we're plan is to launch probably by December.
Yeah.
It has really been taken off, and it's been a fun project to do.
Right. What's the menthol? Is there menthol in the Butcher Bomb or no?
Yeah, so Butcher Bomb, it has menthol and camphor in it. And so what that does is that's going to be what numbs you out.
Right.
So you apply that, it numbs you for 3 hours where you don't feel anything.
Right.
And that's the purpose of that. And then on top of that, it has the transdermal peptides.
Well, the menthol is meant to pull blood to the area, correct?
Right.
So I got to tell people this because I get so many people when I was competing, they would say like, because I used to use Tiger Balm.
Mm-hmm.
They would always say like, what do you do for tendonitis? And I would always say heat before you train and ice after. So is that kind of like what you're doing? Like if your knees are bothering you, using Butcher Balm pre-workout, and then you kind of put your sleeves over it?
Yeah. So to be honest, man, I don't even use much like cold anymore. So much ice. I mean, a lot of things, especially when it's just muscle related, I'm purely only using heat or Butcher Bomb. So, but yeah, what the Butcher Bomb does, especially for what a lot of people use it for, is like low back, knees, obviously elbows. So put it on before you train. And then within 5 minutes, you're numbing out those areas. They're loosening, bringing blood to the area, circulation. And then that's when a lot of people like to do either wraps over, straps over, whatever but you can use it, like I said, later in the day as well for recovery purposes, just for if you're hurting or if you're or injuries. But yeah, it's been a hell of a project, man. It's really taught me a lot about the entrepreneurship and learning a lot that way, but it's been positive. So
I would tell anybody with like tendonitis, if you have like elbow issues, knee problems, that was my saving grace when I was competing. I would always if I had a Butcher Bomb or something like that, I'd put it on my elbows, then put like not a neoprene elbow sleeve, but just one of those like cotton elbow sleeves.
Trap the heat.
Just to trap the heat there. And then I could get through my workouts and it was awesome.
It's just instant lubrication. You know what I mean? Especially here, like I've been using a lot more the last 3 weeks of prep because, body fat's really low. I'm at the point where your butt cheeks aren't touching anymore. Yeah. So it's like, so you put that on. I douse myself before I go into the train, and then by the time I'm done, I'm good for the day.
I used a little bit of my trap light locked up for me. When you can't lock it.
Yeah.
So I was putting
it on. People are using it for like kids have migraines. I bet parents say that they rub it on their kids' heads and gets rid of their migraines at the evenings and stuff. So it's fine.
I was putting it before bed. Just
all evolved. Cool.
This is the package that you're showing. This was you how long ago?
This was last week. Nice and flat and lean.
flat, but fucking peeled.
Yeah, and that's the purpose right there. Like I said, that's where I needed to reach. Probably since this point, weight stayed the same, but we've been eating probably an extra, like Ben said earlier, like my baseline plan has increased probably 300 carbs a day. I mean, like since this point. So like our new baseline was our high day, and then now we're doing high days on top of that. So now it's about trying to kind of fill back out there once we reach that point of conditioning we want to see. And now we'll see how we can continue to do that leading into the next week.
You look wider across your delts and all this shit. Width.
What are some goals for you for the O? What are you planning on getting? What are you hoping to get? This is your second Olympia, right?
This was my first Olympia on stage. Yeah.
Is it
Yep.
really?
Second qualified. Second qualified,
yeah.
right?
That's why. Okay. I knew you qualified before. Okay. So
yeah, I mean,
first time going.
First time going, and I feel like this is one of the most, I mean, we always say that, but this is one of the hardest Olympias I've ever seen, man.
Yeah,
Not only just because there's like three of Mr. Olympias, but also because no one backed out this year.
Yeah,
no one's, even Baruz is showing up. All this talk about Trump's president now and stuff, Iranians aren't getting in. We got all the Iranians in now, and it's rolling. So that's all we needed, I guess, is I doubt he had anything to do with that. But it's cool to see that, we got probably 20 guys going to be competing, and all of them are, I mean, the fact that Quentin Beastwood didn't even make the Olympia looking the way he did, this is going to be a very, very fun and competitive Olympia for sure.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I disappeared for a minute. My apologies.
So to answer your question, of course I'm going to say I've loved it ever since the beginning. Your first goal is always going to be top 10 at Olympia. I mean, that's realistically, that's what I want to do. I mean, looking at that top 10 of guys, there's some really, really good guys. Are you guys frozen?
Just Fouad's frozen.
I'm frozen.
Camera.
I can hear you.
But yeah, so I mean, that would be a really huge goal, man. If I got top 10 of this, I would absolutely love it. Just solely because I got to beat a lot of guys, obviously, on detail, presentation, conditioning, shape. They're going to get me on the size. I mean, I was 253 this morning. I'll probably end up being, but I mean, relatively speaking, my 245 is going to be different than somebody else's 245, right? So,
Sure.
So I need to beat them all there, and I think I can. Like I said, I've been posing my freaking ass off. I just got to get that chance. You know what I mean? That's what happens at the Olympia a lot of times. Is your first Olympia, you might not. You say this, but you just hope that you get the looks and you at least get the opportunity to kind of work your way around.
I think they do a better job of that now. I think Tyler
with the later guy, I mean, like with like the second and third call outs and stuff.
I think they do a lot more comparisons now and give guys chances to like move up from beginning of prejudging to end of prejudging.
Yeah, they'll like, if they didn't notice a guy first and they like see him later on, they'll give you the chance, like work your way up. Like we've seen guys come like third call, work up to second, like middle of second, like
And that's I mean, we're open, and they're going to spend more time on that, right? This isn't it's classic, and there's 70 guys,
75 guys. Yeah,
I mean, it's still only 20 at the end of the day, but it's 20 of the best, right?
Yeah. Right. I like fucking when I was competing, it was like if you were second, third call out or fourth call out, it was like you got one shot. They took one look at you and they're like, okay, go get the fuck out of here.
You would prep the whole Olympia, like give it all you got, and you'd go out there, hit a couple
shots and
one bam, 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 and then you watch the first call out.
Gone. That's it.
In fairness, if you ask Roman about his Olympia experience, he'll tell you that he got that. Like, he was like, fuck this, because I did 2 rounds of posing dog tonight. I'm gonna go train legs.
I got to do my routine though. Like when I was competing, they let all of us.
They let everyone do the routine.
They let everyone do the routines. Yeah.
Now they only do top 10, right?
Yeah,
10,
I think so. Yeah. Iain, what do you think about Baruz coming in?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, this is his fucking 4th or 5th time, qualifying and never been here. So, I mean, I think it's definitely, awesome for him, awesome for bodybuilding, exciting, So, and I think he's someone that really kind of shakes up in that group, right? So, to have him in there, and like this Olympia's already been so exciting. Like there's so many like good storylines, and like Brett said, that the lineup is so deep. When you kind of had that last minute like kind of hype addition, right in the like the last hour, before, it's like it just adds to that excitement of fuck, like this lineup's, we already talked about being the best lineup of all time. Then you get one more fucking awesome guy, and it's like, oh my God, can this get any crazier,
And usually this is the time where like things actually go opposite, right?
Yeah.
Nick dropped out, what I mean? Like in previous years, week out, this is where like, oh, now it's like, hell yeah. That was really cool to see. Do you guys know if I haven't been paying a lot of attention, obviously super busy. Is he here in the United States yet, or he just got approved?
I don't know if he's here. I think he got approved. Yeah.
We got to applaud him, man, for was it been the last 4 years you prepared for the Olympia,
I
not
know.
even knowing if you're gonna go?
Yeah.
I know.
Like, just think about that feelings. Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna be there next week, but I'm gonna feel like this today. Like,
And then
Yeah.
three times out of the four, they're like, no.
Yeah,
Imagine
prepping the whole
Yeah.
way, getting to, week out, couple days out. Oh, no visa. Okay, done. That's the end of it.
Yeah.
hand it to
Fuck.
me, man. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Dennis has Baruz as high as fourth.
Okay.
Let's see it.
I don't know if I have him that high, but I could definitely see him being in like the top 7 for sure.
4 to 7
Who's the
is
best? Who's the best bodybuilder he's faced so far? Was it William? Probably.
Bonac probably.
William?
Bonac or Nathan, whichever
Yeah.
you consider better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bonac was what, 8th last year?
Yes.
So, I mean, the lineup's a little
to be as high
deeper.
as-
Yeah, you
I don't
have
know if the
Nick,
lineup-
Vito,
The lineup is deeper.
No, the line's deeper on both ends for
The
sure.
lineup's deeper. No, because
saw
you got to think Hunter and Raphael are out. So kind of couple.
Yeah, but then you have,
dropped
but
out,
then you have
couple
Nick,
dropped in.
Nick, Vito, Nexzilla,
Yeah.
guys like that added that are brand new. Brett's there, Jordan, like there's a lot of new blood in there as well. So
Is Regan's done it before, right? Yeah.
Regan's done a few. Yeah.
He's done a few.
Yeah, I think Regan's done at least 2, maybe 3, because I've done at least 2 with him, and I think he's done 1 since I retired. So, because he was 10th or something like 2 years ago. Yeah. So he's made it into the top 10. Yeah.
Brett, do you think your prep, what's it feel like having a baby? Does that make it different at all in any way?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been enough time now. She's 2.5, so it's like, I think it's more of an effect when they're a little bit younger.
Well, I don't mean, sorry, let me clarify my question. I don't mean like,
How does it?
I don't mean physically, logistically around the house. I mean,
Mhm.
emotionally in the
Okay.
gym. Is it different when you have a kid versus when you're just doing it for yourself?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I talk about this all the time. The biggest thing, that the kid has done for me is time management. You know what I mean? Especially like making sure that you're as efficient with your time as you can be, especially at the gym. You know what I mean? So like when I spend that morning session, that afternoon training session, like I'm an hour and a half in the morning, 2 hour, hour and a half, 2 hours in the afternoon, but like I'm being bam,
Intentional. Yeah.
strict, intentional
Yeah.
because especially when you have, man, like, and I mean, Ben knows this, but when you come home to like a 2-year-old that's just excited to see you, that's like talking to you now, I mean, it just like,
Yeah.
it does change everything in it. And that's why I haven't been so zoned into bodybuilding this prep in regards to like media stuff. I'm watching much YouTube. I haven't like, someone tells me something that's going on. I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize that was going on because I'm so focused on my own bodybuilding, on Martin's bodybuilding as well,
Right.
obviously, helping him and then just soaking it in with the family and enjoying these moments with the little one. And it like I said, that's what really has fulfilled this prep is just like almost taking us away of like, getting anxious, getting stressed out with all the, the Olympia prep, what's on TV, what's on, what's Fouad talking about today and stuff, even though it's great, but it's just like, I don't need that. I'm zen right now, man. I'm zen. So,
I was
I
going
do
to ask.
think it's like
Sorry, go ahead, Ben.
it's like a double facet. Like one, it distracts you and keeps you busy, which is a really positive thing when you're tired and hungry and whatever, rather than just sitting there like Brett said. And then secondly, in those lonely moments when you are missing out, you make them count because you're like, I'm not doing this I'm not missing out on like breakfast time or whatever time on this Stairmaster for no good damn reason, just for myself now. Now it means something else, Now I'll make it worth something more.
Right.
It's like it's a thing. It helps.
and you're starting to see the things like she'll say things like "Daddy working hard at the gym," and so it just makes you, it makes you want to work that much harder and fulfill those things. And
That's awesome.
So it's been cool, dude.
Brett, me and Iain talk about. We always talk about guys that are happy doing better. Is that kind of how you feel? Like you seem like you're in a good headspace. Has it been an easier prep, or I don't want to say easier because that's not really fair, but like, is it better? Is it better doing bodybuilding when you're feeling good? I guess is the question.
Yes, I think we all know this. Like the mental is just as important as the physical, right? We battle through it if we, because no prep's the same. We've all dealt with, some preps are going to be more on the mental, are going to be a lot harder, and some are not, right? And so it's just about managing that. But
Yeah.
when you can get your mental right, man, it makes the prep so much more smoother. And it makes it so much more enjoyable. But and then also, I mean, energy is really good right now too, just because of where we're at. Like
Yeah.
I'm something, and so is Martin. You guys are seeing it. Like he kind of disappeared there for a while, right? You know what I mean? Like I'll be honest with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just part of it. You got to go through some shit sometimes, and now it works. He had to grind down, and now he's out in Vegas, and you're seeing he's all like happy go lucky again because which means he's probably looking pretty good. But that's just the perfect example of it. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be some good times, there's going to be some bad times, and you got to battle through, and that's what professional competitive bodybuilding at this level is
Yeah.
adapting and adjusting. And then as those things work, as you get closer to show, which we are, you start to see it all coming together, and then energy, mood, and maybe not energy, but at least mood enhances, right? And then you can really slow down and just soak it in.
How does that work with you and Martin? Like when you're feeling good and he's feeling like shit, or he's feeling like shit and you're feeling good.
we
You
had
guys
a,
tell
we
each
had a
other
lot of
fuck
that.
off?
But
Does he look at you and say fuck off today? Or do you guys like just laugh at each other? Like, how's that work?
no, I mean, you got to think it's been 7 years going back and forth together now, training and stuff. So, but this prep, I will say, this prep has been the one that like where we're opposites the most. Like one day,
Right.
he's on, he's rolling and he's dragging me along,
Right.
and then the next day I'm dragging him along, and it's one of those like fuck you, like, we never really talk about like if we got food that day or anything, what I mean? Like, or is this a high day for you or anything? You don't talk about it because you just act like, you're always on like low food, right? So it's seen as better and dragging through each other. But I will say, has been an interesting prep in regards to like our energies haven't matched the most in regards to sessions. So it has been, uplifting, picking each other up a little bit. Let's go, and get through this. And then also just getting a little bit more personal with each other. Like, hey man, like you gotta put a little kick in the ass here, right?
Right.
Way early on, but like, let's fix this shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like we've been talking about this moment for the last 7 years, man.
Right.
When we're going to be on the Olympia stage together someday, being the best in the world, battling it out. And so we're here. And so you got to get that reminder, man, that's what the drugs involved in bodybuilding, the day-to-day just boringness, you forget those things. They kind of goes over your head, but just these constant daily reminders that I've been doing, especially not only for me, but sending these, messaging boss and Martin in the morning. Hey, like we got a hell of an event. We have a hell of something to take advantage of here ahead of us and soak up memories.
Right.
How many training partners have done that? Obviously, Johnny and Branch, right?
Johnny and Branch is the only two I could think of that are consistent.
Yeah.
Were they amateurs when they started, and then
I don't think so, but I'm not
you
sure.
guys were both amateurs, or
Mhm.
you? Yeah. So I mean, that's fucking rare.
What I
Well,
wanna do is-
I
listen.
just gone pro and moved out to Denver. But he was still there.
Okay.
Listen, I want to know the
So
truth. I want to know the truth. How many days in the whole prep is there like a time where you walked in or he walked in and either one of you were like, fuck off, don't talk to me? What's going on, guys? I have an awesome deal for you. All of you guys have asked me about how to get your blood work done and how to save some money doing it. And I'm going to help you out. Marek Health is the provider for the best. Samson, Derek, Ian, myself, we all go to Marek. They've been helping me with my recovery from my motorcycle accident. They can help you with hormone optimization or anything else you need to get you back to normal health. Now, there's going to be a link in the description to go to this page. All right, I'm going to show you the page now. This is marekdiagnostics.com. This is my page, the Fouad Abiad checkup panel. The $315 one is the uncapped. If you're taking steroids, your limits are going to be past normal, so you want to click uncapped and go down. Now, add that to your cart, right? Click add cart. Now, I already put in the code RBP99. It's going to save you $126. It's going to knock it down from $315 to $189. And then you just check out. Boom. Okay. When you go to checkout, the code goes right here, right? RBP99. I already put it in. You can see that. It'll knock it down to 189. Then you go and get your deal, save some money, get your hormones checked, get your blood panel done, and get yourself back to good health and on your way to your best self. Guys, MerekDiagnostics.com. Click the link in the description. Get the deal. RBP 99 at checkout. I just want to train.
Probably 5 to 7.
That's pretty good.
Okay, tell me how that. Okay, listen. Me and Paul used to be like that when I would like. Some days I'd be like, just don't fucking. When that happens after the training session, are you cool? Or
yes,
yeah,
we're cool. We're cool within probably 30 minutes to 45 minutes into the workout.
Right.
Because you know what happens, man. All it is, and this is kind of one-sided. He's probably gonna get upset at this, but like he's a little bit more like
emotional,
than I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I even if I'm in a bad mood, I'm just quiet, but I can like, hey, let's
right.
He'll be but you can literally see the endorphins start to release. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is.
That's why I said that. Yeah.
Once you start pumping, you see the blood filling up. You see the endorphins release.
Martin's a fucking
starts getting a little bit better. Yeah. All of a sudden, he's talking again, and then by the end of the session, we're laughing and having a good time. So some days it just takes a little bit longer.
That's why I asked it because I'm like Martin wears his heart on his sleeve, so I'm sure there's a lot of like up and down days.
Yeah, but you also got to remember Martin. Martin looks at me as someone that like. If like anyone else, like he would be, he would go in the room and not talk to a single person, and you know what I mean. Right. But like he will always show respect to me, and you know what I mean. And like, and we have a relationship that we understand each other, so it's not personal at all.
Of course, yeah.
It's fair to say you're big brother, right?
Yes.
Again, Martin won't like hearing that, but Brett's the big brother.
Yes, sir.
Brett. One of the things I want to tell you this when we started, and I forgot to say it. You can stay on as long as you want, like half hour, 2 hours. It's up to you. Like,
yeah.
If you're like, I'm fucking tired, then to just do what you got to do, right?
I do want to say one thing. I do feel like I am the winner of the Olympia in one way, though.
What?
That I'm 36 years old and this motherfucker's still hanging on.
Most jealous of that, yeah.
For the amount of Masteron I've used this prep,
Masteron's not supposed to make you lose your hair, is it?
Oh yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, and it's not even. I gotta go check this mask because it's not even as fringy as it usually gets either. So my hair is getting stronger, or the mask is fake. So we'll find out.
Yeah, it's fucking hair genetics peak.
You're gonna hold on to the hair forever, or you're just gonna end up like Ian anyway. Go to fucking now time.
Yeah, if it goes, I'm getting it put back for sure.
Turkish special. Yeah.
Right, you're in a different camp now. You can't use fake ears as an excuse.
Yeah. Ben, what do you think about the O? What do you think about Baru's getting in last minute? What do you think of the top four?
I think.
Did I ask you a question real quick? Just because this is something I've been seeing, and I'm actually kind of interested in opinions. Why do you think like Derek's not getting as much love and like predictions for first place Olympia?
I can't answer that.
I have the answer to this already, but Ben.
Oh yeah, anybody can answer it. I'm interested.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I asked this question on a story, and I was kind of fucking rage baiting a little bit because I knew the answers I was going to get, kind of, like I was fishing for it a little bit.
The fucking answer you're gonna get.
Yeah, but I put it out and I was like, because you see so many predictions, and technically Derek should be probably right there with Samson, if not more than Samson, for getting like put in the winner's circle in predictions. He did beat Samson this year. He is a previous Olympia champion. He beat Nick in Pittsburgh. So like he should kind of be the guy talked about for that, but he's really not talked about for the win. I kind of asked.
There's no should or could. He should be. He should be.
And
he won the top two shows of the year. He won, and he beat the next top two guys.
Yeah. And so I asked this question, and I got a lot of responses, and every single one of them was personality based. Then none of them were physique based. So I think this is a lot of people just, answering this or making predictions based off of like their feelings of like, this is who I want, this is who I like, not versus, what I actually think to be true. And look,
I think a lot of people judge that way though, right?
Oh yeah, no, I think a lot of people do. I mean,
this is more so than normal.
This is more so than normal.
Guys,
yeah,
this is like way more than normal.
Yeah, so I think a lot of it was just like, I find him a bit fucking cringy, and I don't want to, I just don't fucking pick him, and that was kind of the overwhelming consensus.
It's a little bit more personal stuff. Okay.
Yeah, it was almost exclusively personal. Like maybe out of 300 replies I got, there was probably like less than 20 that were like, with logical reasons of why they didn't have him in this position of like, okay, yeah, he's never done this many shows in a row, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think his physique will be tired, like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Or pictures I've seen, it looks like this is missing. Like, it was very, very few and far between where the majority of it was like, I just don't like Derek.
Can we talk about this for a second? I think Derek thinks that he's supposed to be disliked because Phil was disliked. I think he thinks that if he's so good, he thinks that if he's disliked, it means he's just that much better than everybody else. And I'm like,
I don't know.
Because that's what happened to Phil. But I think that happened to Phil because Phil was the first like social media Mr. Olympia.
Yes.
Right. Like Jay was never disliked. I mean, people groaned about him not having like a really big personality or anything, but like he was never disliked. And Ronnie wasn't really disliked until the end when people were like just sick of him fucking winning.
Yeah. Fucking put someone new here. Yeah.
So I think and I don't know if I just feel like Derek thinks that that's the way it's supposed to be. Like, I'm just so much better that people dislike me because I'm way ahead of the group. And I don't think you realize it's because it's almost like he's acting that way. And that's why people are cringed by it.
Well, I agree with you, but what we're seeing is Phil's was all real in the moment.
Right.
I feel like Derek's is fake. You know what I mean? Like,
that's right. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I think
from that trying to create something that's not who he is.
And I think right now, especially with social media, like what people dive into, and like there's so many people that are great examples of this and why they've like thrived in their popularity. Like guys like Sam Sulek or Chris Bumstead, or like people that just like dive into like being genuine. When people like can smell disingenuous. What's the word for that? Disingenuous.
Someone being disingenuous. It would be disingenuous.
Yeah, being disingenuous. I think people can sniff that shit out from like fucking 1,000 miles away now. Yeah. And I think whether he is or not, I don't know Derek well personally. I don't know if this is completely genuine or not, but the consensus seems to be that how he comes off in his personality is disgenuine. Whether it's, coming off from like I'm a better than everyone, or even just like, the act, it's almost like acted, like, like it's just like a personality of like, here's a script for Mr. Olympia, like act this, like that's almost
crazy.
Like, but it's nothing new though, right?
No, but it's crazy because it's not supposed to be the script.
Yeah.
The script is what Samson's doing.
Yeah.
Like Jay was,
but that's still genuine.
No, but what I'm saying is, I think Derek is acting the way he thinks he should be acting if he's far better than everybody else.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not how he's supposed to act.
Yeah, no, I know. I agree. Yeah.
He's only doing that because Phil did that.
Yeah.
But Phil only did that because he was being attacked.
Yeah.
Right? Like Phil was being attacked because he was the first social media Mr.
Well, yeah, and Phil did kind of have like a chip on his shoulder, and like, and I think that was his personality, and I think that was very genuine, even if it wasn't like super popular. Where I think that's the difference is that like Derek, I think Phil's was like genuine and that created that kind of amongst the fans, where I think Derek's almost like creating it himself and then pushing it onto the fans.
Yes.
It's not rooted in the fans, and then the athlete is then like, reacting to that in real time.
Right.
It's like nobody disliked Derek. Like he wasn't like an unpopular, people like Derek. Like,
right.
He was a likable guy. I mean, he was, like fucking Mr. America, kind of like, when he first like started competing, I think he was like a, pretty popular, likable guy. But I think we've seen that kind of change.
As soon as he turned pro, I think a lot of that changed.
You know what I think it is though? I think,
or was
let's be fucking honest. Let's be honest. I think a lot of it's humility.
Yeah.
Okay. Like when you talk to Samson, he knows he's Mr. Olympia.
Yeah.
But there's a level of humility still.
Yeah.
Like he'll still listen to your opinions. He'll still listen to you like about training. He still has respect for all the other guys. He doesn't think he's like far better than everyone and everyone sucks.
He's a supporter of everyone else.
Exactly. Like, so I think it comes down to humility. Like you're right, Iain. There's a level of like, you want to see someone be genuine and sincere. But I also want to see somebody have some humility.
Yeah.
Like, don't act like all the other guys are shit.
No, but I think that has to be still rooted in genuineness, you know? Like if I'm being like, oh yeah, everybody's awesome, but it like comes off of fucking bullshit, I think it's still like you can act it, but it's not a genuine feeling,
of course,
you know, where you can feel when like, you know, some other guys like Samson or, you know, even Hottie. Like Hottie is the most competitive guy ever.
Yes.
But Hottie is also like the nicest fucking guy to everyone he competes against. Right. Even if you're a guy in like fourth call out, he would be like, oh, he's a great champion, great bodybuilder. Right. Like he has nothing,
for everyone.
Respect and like admiration for everyone that's doing what he does and what he loves, you know? So I think that's a bit of the differentiator there, you know?
I think just overall, I think the main thing is just authenticity.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying with genuine.
We see the difference in authenticity from these champions.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know what I mean? Like going back to the Phil thing, Phil was a shit talking basketball player.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what he was before he was a bodybuilder. And that's what he carried over. And that's what he used to get into people's heads. Derek was a churchgoer. You know what I mean? Like, that's not who you are. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not saying you turn yourself into somebody, but that's not the route you want to go. You got to find your own authenticity. You got to find your own path.
He kind of beat the religion drum a bit too hard, unauthentically at the start. And I think that's what some people, and then he started to like lean into it, like you said.
Well, and using the example that you used of Phil, I think like Nick Walker is a good example of that as well. Cause like, you know, Nick is kind of like an outspoken, aggressive, like, you know, that people have at times have come off as like a little cocky or arrogant, but like it comes off as very genuine. So people like kind of dive into it. Right. You know, when it comes off as like confidence and like fuck everybody else, like I don't give a shit, you know, but he's still respectful, but like he's still like self-belief and it comes off as very authentic. I think then you can believe and you can dive into that and then you start believing in that person as well. But I think when people don't believe in your feelings and it doesn't feel like authentic and genuine, even how you're speaking and feeling about yourself, then I think people start to kind of lose touch with you.
But but I think a lot of that has to do with respect. When Nick says I'm gonna fucking win. Yeah. You can still tell when he talks about all the other guys, he's got a lot of respect for them.
For sure.
When I hear Derek say, yeah, these guys are fighting for second and third, it's almost like flippant.
Yeah.
Like, fuck them. Like they're not on my level.
But it's like, it's not even just the words he uses, because like you could take a lot of these words, and I've heard someone like Chris say them. I've literally heard Chris say at the press conference, like, these guys are fighting for second, but it's like the tone, it's like but it's the tone and then it's the tone and the intonation and the personality that like as a champion that's already been established, and the trust and like the authenticity that's already been established with the fans before that then dictates how they interpret it.
That's right. That's why it's before, because Chris would never say that. Like, you've seen Chris train with people like 2 or 3 weeks out.
Dude, he'd be training with fucking Ramon or Urs or Wesley like the fucking day before the show.
Right. But then, but when he says these guys are fighting for second and third, that's at the press conference.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a totally different kind of thing.
And look, I know Chris believes that in his heart, but I also think that that's why people like are cool with it, because it like comes off as like a confident, like, you know, genuine champion, and not someone that's kind of like trying to play the role of what they have to think with like a, you know, a supposed chip on their shoulder, like an, you know, a hierarchy in bodybuilding, you know?
Is it safe to say Derek is still trying to figure out who he is? Because like year before last year, he was like hardcore Christian, talk about church every podcast he got a chance, and now it's changed.
Yeah, but it was weird. It was weird. He was different, like with Honey. Like it was before Honey, he was like beating the god drum. Then and actually pissing a lot of people off. When he got with Honey, he actually fixed a lot of relationships behind the scenes.
Right.
Which I think was like a Honey mentorship type thing going on. Like I think Honey was like, you gotta fucking sort your shit out. And then I don't know. It seems like he's reverted back to this weird persona.
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know Derek. I don't know what is him being genuine, what isn't. But it does come across of someone that is still like trying to find like their identity and themselves. And I think like, not tying that identity too much into like who you are as a bodybuilder, I think can be tough for some people at times, So I think it's just a thing. And maybe he'll, maybe he is being completely genuine. That's just how he is, and that's completely fine too. But you kind of got to take, how the fans react to that as what it is. And if he's not, then I think it's just, a growing process and a learning process of like, just maturing and kind of finding out who you are and like, creating your identity apart from bodybuilding. That's not like so like intertwined, right?
I mean, if you want me to play devil's advocate real quick, because I know you like this.
What's that, Ben?
If you want me to play devil's advocate on this, because I know you like it when I do that.
Yes. Go ahead, hit me.
It's hard, right? Because if you look at his competitive history, how do you not be a little arrogant? How do you not be a little cocky? Like he went boom, 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 straight to the top, right?
Yeah.
Like that's gonna breed and foster some sort of attitude,
For sure.
or be difficult not to develop an attitude that isn't a cocky fuck if you have that kind of rise, you know?
Yeah, but then you got spanked. So you got to like have some.
Yeah, but the crowd and for some people,
What I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is this: let's say you're that great, right? But then you get beat.
Yeah.
It's got to ground you a little bit, and then you got to go. Okay, the top 4 are all within, and maybe you could say more than the top 4. I don't want to like exclude anybody, but the top 4,
hang on.
the top 4 are all good enough to win. At least, the top 3 are.
Can I say one quick thing? Go ahead.
In his head, he got beat off. Then he came back on and spanked. Not
but
spanked.
then he beat an off. But then he beat an off Samson.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't fucking see that.
No,
it's in his head. He goes to bed being like, "I was my best. Samson was his best, and I won."
Yeah, and at the Olympia, he was still working with Hani then, and I think he's probably putting a little more of that blame on Hani for that one versus like, I'm not with Hani anymore. New thing. And since I've been with this new one, look at me. I've been fucking beating everybody. Like that was a one-off. That was caused by the coach, and now I moved on to somebody else, and I've been fucking crushing. I beat Samson. I beat Nick.
I don't think that's wrong though. I don't think it's wrong to look. If you're a hard ass fucking competitor, I don't think it's wrong to be like, I'm the fucking best.
100%. I don't either. And I said that with Nick or with Chris.
But it's still, there's still something that it almost feels like a lack of respect for everybody else.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah. It's
like Hottie's reciting like fucking medieval fucking Bible verses.
Reciting the fucking Quran about like wolves eating children.
He's
and then
reciting the Quran in his fucking Instagram posts.
Yeah.
He wants to kill everybody, but somehow he has like a deep admiration for everybody else's work ethic and effort.
But also in person, Hadi will give off the same energy.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Hadi will come kiss you on the forehead, And then you look over at Derek, and Derek, or like, and a lot of guys. It's not just Derek, but a lot of guys are like head down and mean mugging everyone, right? So, and Hadi's the complete fucking opposite energy. So it carries over to his social media presence because that is authentic. It's him. Yes. Yeah. I think like we talked about, just to summarize, I think it all just comes down to like perceived authenticity and like genuineness that like is coming across to the fans. And I think if people don't feel that it's like an authentic personality, I think people just don't really buy into that, And I think even if he was saying the exact same things, like verbatim the words, but like just with a little bit of different tone and intonation, a little more like hint of respect behind it, and a little more feeling of authenticity, I think people would buy into it. So I don't think it's like the actual things he's saying. I think it's how he's saying it, and like the kind of the tone and like the undertones. I think more behind it.
I think
it's the follow through and how you act.
It's how he's saying it, and it almost like sometimes almost as like a question though too.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, do you believe in that? You know what I mean? Like, are you just saying this because you feel like you have to say this? Like, that's, like you say, it goes back to the authenticity.
Yeah. And I think there is like, everyone can choose how they kind of, put themselves out there on social media and on their platform. But I also think there's a lot of like stock in, when we're talking about authenticity and like showing that like sometimes you fucking do have doubts, or like sometimes that you don't feel the fucking best. And like when it's all just like, #1 champion all the time, like I'm fucking killing everybody, I think then that on top of all this then starts to breed a bit of like people being like, okay, is this really who you are?
This is like a Derek bashing session for like the last like 10 minutes.
Love you, Derek. You're a great bodybuilder, I swear.
I have to fucking edit all this out.
Listen, the Arnold was like one of the greatest physiques I'd ever seen. Like it was when he came out, like, the peak on that. He has every right to be confident,
Yeah,
it's just there's a difference between cockiness and confidence.
Look at Ben. This is my workout now.
Yeah, look at that squeeze though.
I can't even squeeze this fucking ball.
Is it weird? Is it weird I'm making a squeak noise every time you do that?
I mean, that squeeze is looking pretty good though.
Yeah, it's better than when I saw it last time.
this ball has like no fucking. It's so like nothing.
Still though, yeah.
So I'm
Yeah,
working
but
on
you could do when I was in Sacramento, you couldn't even do that.
No, you can
I
fucking
don't
barely
think
move
so.
your fingers.
I don't think so. I gotta
And
build it
you're
back.
collarless the last couple days.
Yeah, man. I'm fucking. That's
Do you
it.
wear that? Do you wear it at all anymore? Or no.
No, I took it off. That's it. I'm done with
So
it.
you don't sleep in it. Nothing. You're fuck that. I'm done.
Fuck it. I'm done with it. I
And
gotta.
it feels
Color
good.
shame.
You feel stable.
My neck feels good. It feels strong. I don't have a lot of range of motion though. Like I have to like if I'm looking to the left, I gotta like turn my shoulders like an
And
old man.
are you doing like exercise to like strengthen your neck and like mobility stuff or not yet?
Not yet because
Yeah. You are a little
I
early.
hate to say this publicly, but I don't know. I'm an idiot. So anyway, I was supposed to wait till October 7th.
Yeah, you're close enough.
So
That's like a week,
That's
man.
like
You
a-
took it off.
That's always
yeah,
the last words right there.
Yeah,
That's a
but
bodybuilder. That's a bodybuilder. I'm supposed to start my cycle next week.
October 7th is for the fucking normies. You know
that's
what I mean?
the
Like you're obviously
bodybuilder in me, right?
Yeah,
I was supposed to. I'm like I heal faster than normal.
you do
people.
for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I haven't started doing any neck strengthening shit. I'm
Just letting it strengthen on its own by like being out of the cuff and then
yeah,
fucking
I'm doing
go
a
from
little
there.
bit of I started doing a little bit of light training, like literally like the chest press, like 10 pounds. I got the very first plate. Just trying to get some strength back, trying to like move my body around a bit. I'm eating perfect. Like it's crazy. My tits have been reduced by half.
Nice.
Yeah. Just
No mommy milkers anymore,
no
right?
mommy milkers
And
anymore.
cheeseburger titties gone.
Cheeseburger
Wait,
titties. Yeah.
hey, in fairness, you were in pretty good shape when we were in Houston, right? Like about a month before the accident.
Before the accident, I felt good. I wasn't bad. But
You
then
were
I
in pretty
lost.
good shape.
I know, Ben, but then I lost 30 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
And but the fat didn't go with it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like the fat stayed and all the muscle.
All the muscle wet. Yeah.
I'm
Because
like,
I
how
ran
did
through I ran through the same thing. You bed bound and you just like this sucks and you just wither away. It's
Just get soggy.
so
that?
yeah,
lost
you
all
wither
your,
away.
you
but
lost all your muscle too when you dieted. Same thing.
No, I'm talking my I have my knee fucking.
Brett, what day do you go down to Vegas?
I head out Sunday morning.
On Sunday, yeah.
Fuck,
Yeah,
dude, you're leaving for 2 days for the Olympia.
Yeah.
Are you fucking like there?
Yeah.
Are you see it? Like, because me and Ian fucking talk about it all the time, how our entire careers were like a blur. You're leaving in 2 days for the fucking biggest show of your life.
But I
And
mean,
you're
man,
gonna
after talking to guys like you, that's what I mean. I'm just trying to soak it in and really enjoy it. I mean, we got first class tickets, business flights just from Houston to Vegas just to go.
Fuck
I
yeah.
just want to experience,
Comfy, enjoy the
from start
experience.
to
Yeah.
finish,
Brett.
first class, just soak it in and document it all. So I got, like I said, I'm doing daily vlogs of everything as well.
Good.
Which
I was gonna say.
just to keep, too, as well as
Yeah.
obviously post.
Yeah.
But I have probably 15 to 20 family and friends coming.
Yeah.
Nice.
In there and we're gonna fill that place up. So like I said, I just have to finish packing, which is the
Do
hardest
you have a
part.
videographer coming with you?
Yeah, he'll be staying with me every day.
Okay,
yeah.
good. Yeah, you have fucking everything, man. I wish I had that. I wish I had
Yeah.
dude, I wish I had half the shit. I have I bought those Meta sunglasses. The ones with the
In
camera.
the
Yeah.
films.
I got a funny story.
What was with
Did
the
I tell
camera
this
on
already?
them? Go ahead, Ian. Sorry.
I have a funny. I don't know if I told this on the other podcast, but we were doing a shoot for Gym
You're doing
Reapers.
it?
Huh?
You were doing it with those on?
No, we were doing a shoot for.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Close enough. Close enough. We were actually worse than that. We were doing a shoot for Gym Reapers in LA, because they're doing all the official Olympia merch this year, and so we were shooting that in LA just after I visited you, like right before you went home. And they wanted to do some behind the scenes stuff, and one of the guys had the Meta glasses, so I put them on, and I'm like wearing them for a while. I forgot I had them on.
Yeah.
I'm like, I go in the bathroom, I like whip my dick out. I'm taking a piss, and I'm like looking down at my dick, and then I like realize I have these glasses on, and this is going to another guy's phone. So I'm like, fuck, fucking whipping my fucking little
That's
flaccid
funny.
dick out on this guy's phone,
Awesome.
He's probably like, "Where's Ian?" He's like, I'll check. I'll see where he's at. Oh, he's in the bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a good one on him. Yeah.
So I go back. I'm like, give me your fucking phone. Like I need to fucking go through. I'm trying to find every way to delete. I'm Googling like how the fuck someone blackmailed me with this shit fucking 10 years down the road,
I'm retarded though. They advertise the new ones that have like the WhatsApp message or whatever you're on popped up on your right eye.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
comes up on the screen. And I bought the version just before that. Just has the camera and shit,
Yeah.
but your messages and everything don't pop up on the screen.
Yeah, but you don't care. You just want to fucking film with them.
No, I want the internet.
You want the HUD.
You know the best thing I ever did was disconnect this from my phone.
Okay, Ben, shut up. Why do you want to live in the 50s, man?
Disconnect from the world, Fouad.
And it's
Fouad
like-
wants to be doing podcasts while texting
Yeah.
people.
yeah, I
That's
just
where I
want-
live. Like this is disconnected, man. Fuck
No, I
that.
can do that,
want
though, but
very
I want
fast
both.
disconnect.
I want both.
Listen, I have a
He wants
phone.
to be
If you
ordering.
check my
He wants to be
WhatsApp, I'll
ordering
look at that.
Grubhub with his left eye. Ordering Grubhub over here. Reading text messages from Ben.
Right.
And talking on a podcast.
That's right. That's right.
Multitasking at
While
I'm
I'm
gonna
on my
start-
motorcycle.
I'm gonna start writing in postcards and just send them when I want to communicate.
Sending Fouad your check-ins.
Just to prove a point. Yeah, but if I'm gonna FedEx
Okay,
my check-in.
okay.
Yeah,
Why
FedEx
are
the
you so
fucking
fucking-
Polaroids like it's 95, you know?
Why are you so fucking extreme? Okay, listen, I got a thing. I lately have been feeling extremely sentimental about the 80s.
Why the 80s specifically?
Well, because I thought about just the time before the internet. So the internet
Okay.
started in like 92, I think.
Sure.
So I thought about like the 80s or early 90s even.
Yeah.
I've been feeling really sentimental about that era.
Oh, yeah.
Nostalgic, yeah.
So I could go there, but Ben wants to live in like the 40s.
No.
No.
I've said to you before, I think peak human technology that we need was like 2008, 2009.
Peak
Too late.
human technology was 2008. What a
Not
random
peak, not
fucking
peak.
year to
No,
pick.
I don't mean peak. I mean right before like Facebook, because Facebook was like 2009. That's why I said
2007.
Oh, so you just think that you think the advent of social media was the end of times?
fucking right. I do. Yeah.
It's such an old fuck.
We'd all be here
Like
on our Weeder magazine contracts, you know?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Fucking Tom from MySpace ruined all.
Yeah. Ben, I think if I was going to agree with you, I'd have to pick a more prevalent time. Like I could say
Yeah, I want to go back to when women couldn't vote and, you know, like the good old days, you know?
the 70s.
Where you can,
I'm-
yeah, where
I'm
you
with-
can,
I'm with
1955.
slap your wife. Well, you can slap your wife and get a pat on the back for it.
Yeah, in
I don't
public.
want to slap her. I just don't want her to make any decisions.
Yeah,
Okay?
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
My food was not hot.
No, but like 2008 is kind of random.
Okay, you pick one then. Tell me.
Told you,
The
1990,
We could,
1988.
1999.
you would have a fucking meltdown in 99 if you couldn't order your shit. In my
I didn't
era,
even listen. You know how clean I'm eating right now? I haven't ordered Uber Eats in I don't know how long.
Yeah, think of how much healthier Fouad would be before the invention of
hang on,
these meal delivery service.
That's why he wants it. It's not because he likes it. It's because it will stop him. It's an
Because I
intervention.
need it.
He needs it. It's an intervention.
Force him to go to the store again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna fucking eat your words. You know what? In 6 weeks, I'm gonna post a photo and I'm gonna be,
You're gonna be
peeled
peeled.
out of my mind.
I
Nice.
hope so.
Brad will post one this week for you. Don't worry.
No, I'm waiting.
I froze my shit the other day. I'm on the comeback now, guys.
Oh, that's right.
Not
So how long
actually,
do I
but
have to wait for you to have a kid?
I don't know.
Like when do they do the mixture?
But I'm
in the dish?
gonna freeze another one because you get 5 like they freeze into like 5 straws.
What do
like
they do?
5
They take your sperm and they take your egg and they mix it in a dish and then they put it in her.
Yeah, they just do it in a dish in their kitchen, and just fucking stir it together with a
Take a-
spatula and
take a bowl.
Whiskey
like
together.
eggs and salt.
They
You know,
separate.
just
Yeah, they
Picking up
separate it
the
out first.
Like scrambled eggs.
scrambled eggs. Yeah, I don't fucking know the process, man. I mean, yeah, but I froze one, so I'm gonna freeze. I'd like to freeze another so that I'm like fucking locked and loaded. Like I got like 10 tries at having kids in the bank. Maybe even freeze a fucking third, so I just like have complete peace of mind, and then fucking go from there. you
Okay,
know?
Wait,
but-
I need to know. I need to know more about this real quick.
Yep.
How was the process?
Of what?
It's scrambled eggs. We told you.
No,
be
no,
up into a jar. You gotta be up into a
giving
jar.
them your part.
Oh, dude, I've done 100 of those now. I go in there like every 3 months and fucking go in there and
It's a
fucking jizz in the
regular.
thing.
They just go in and give them.
I'm a regular, dude.
They know what.
Yeah,
bag
I got my
of
own.
eggs
I
and
got
shit.
my own login to the porn computer. You know. No, you literally like. you just go into the fucking clinic there, and they've got like, it's kind of awkward too because there's two rooms and they're right next to each other. So like if there's a dude in the room, it's like as if you're in like
you're this thin away from another guy beating off.
yeah, it's like someone's in the bathroom and someone's like in the fucking hallway. Like, you know what I mean? It's like
You
it's
ever
that
hear
close.
anybody like fucking come?
You hear them like rummaging around, you know?
No.
And then the hall, like where the window is where you give it to the people is like the length of my arm across the hallway. There's just a window in the wall. So I'm like,
What the fuck?
so you're like, I gotta be quiet in here. And then you're also like, well, how long do I spend in here?
Are you
Like,
sure you're not at a
if I
glory
just
hole?
crank one out in like 5 seconds, are they gonna like laugh at me, or do I need to like spend 15 minutes in here to like look cool? You know,
Oh, that's
like
hilarious. You
Yeah.
thought about
Imagine
that?
if you're waiting to go in. Imagine if you're waiting to go in and someone comes out and they're finished. They're like, "Your turn, mate." Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Well,
No, wait a minute,
it's
wait a
awkward.
minute.
When I
I
had
think
it the
this
other
is
day,
hilarious.
I got into the hall and me and two guys just holding our little fucking thing of jizz at the end. We came out the exact same time.
You found it?
Yeah, we're like, yeah, what's up? Pound the cups, you know, we fucking cheers them, you know? No. But yeah, no, I've done that every 3 months for like 2 years now. So this was the first time I've frozen them. I'm like, I'm done with this process. My count's getting pretty decent. You know, we've kind of decided on doing the IVF process. Like I could keep banging this out and maybe get my count high enough to have like a good odds at natural conception. But like, you know, I'm fucking 30, almost 35. And like, so is Melissa. Like, you know, if this takes another 2-3 years, we're getting 37, 38. Like, I don't know if it's just like, if it's worth it at this point.
It's probably
you know,
a fucking. Sorry, but this is probably more of a question than a statement because I don't know. But it's probably more of a strain on your relationship too if it just you keep trying and nothing's happening.
Well, I'll be honest. We're not like naturally like we have sex, but we're never like doing it with the guise of trying to have a kid. Like it's
Oh, okay.
not. It's
So you're
not
not
like
timing it and
oh,
shit.
it's unsuccessful. Oh no, because like you know what I mean.
You're not
But
timing the moon?
well,
You time your
yes and no.
ovulation.
Yeah,
The
you
girls-
do. You
not
do
your,
to
but
a
the girls.
you do to a point, but like also I know like the odds are so low, like they're not great, you know.
Right.
So it's like we're not trying to like make that like a big conscious thought and effort, like and potentially cause that strain because you know 2 years and you're trying all the time and it's unsuccessful. We just kind of accepted, yeah, we'll just fucking do it all the time. Whenever if it does happen, great. If not, like this is kind of what our plan is. So yeah, so I'm gonna fucking probably freeze another one. So what they do is they freeze it. They keep it frozen for a week and then they dethaw like just one little droplet of it and see how much of it survived. Cause like obviously if you have a good sample and you freeze it and then they unfreeze it, it's fucking dead. Well, that's fucking useless. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? So then I would have to do a fresh sample for the IVF. So yeah, but it's always fun going and jerking off in a fucking medical office, you know?
You were
It's kind
just
of
doing, so you've been just doing it just for your count. You just wondered what your sperm count was.
Well, yeah, because I was doing like treatment with the fertility clinic.
You
know, like
were
the-
doing it. Okay.
Yeah, like HCG and HMG and or FSH and like all that shit like that was, prescribed and like monitored by the doctor at the fertility clinic. So I was doing it all through them and like because that's kind of like the, life cycle, like regeneration cycle of sperm is like, 90 days, 3 months approximately. So I was kind of testing it every 3 months for like the last little while. And it's kind of just been like, slowly getting better, So it's at a point now where like, I have way more than enough to do IVF. So it's like, you know what, let's just fucking, and in Canada, you get one round, which is like however many eggs and whatever you harvest. So say Melissa gets 5 eggs and we make 3 embryos out of that. That's considered one cycle. And we get that free. I mean, I pay a fucking shitload of tax, but it's covered in that by like our Medicare, whatever in Ontario. So that is covered. So I get one round like for free. So we'll do that, kind of see from there,
So let me ask you, how many kids are you gonna have?
I mean, at this point, I'll be fucking. If I have one, I'll be over the goddamn moon.
I know that,
so
but if
yeah.
you can have more,
How many can you have? You have
Are you gonna
15.
keep trying?
From those 15.
If I could have 2, I'd be pretty. Like I'd like to have 2 for sure. I mean, Melissa has one brother. I have a full sister and a half sister, but like one kid that I grew up with. So that's kind of like what we grew up with, and obviously, like you look back with that with a bit of nostalgia of like your childhood and like kind of what was like relatable to you. So I think if we could have 2, that would be like ideal. But I mean, at this point with the process and stuff, and it really depends. Like if this IVF is like really. I know it can really take a toll, especially on the woman, like they fucking pump her full of a bunch of hormones and, they're doing like fucking surgery basically to like implant the shit. And I know it can be very like mentally taxing. So really depending on how that process goes. And look, we'll keep throwing darts at the board until one sticks. Like if this takes us 6,000 rounds of IVF, we'll fucking keep doing it. Like we're not but depending on how like, mentally tiring that is, then we'll kind of make the call on that. If like they fucking do it and she implants and she gets pregnant right off the go, and pregnancy is great and all this, we'll obviously try for another one. But if it like takes a while and it's pretty like taxing and stuff, and then we probably might just call it at one.
Yeah.
So here's what you got to do. since I'm a specialist in this.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Um, we were talking all about this, those processes, and that was the plan, this back in 22. And I said, yeah, we're going to do all this. I'm going to freeze the sperm. I have to, going to do IVF. We'll start that at the beginning of 23. So let's start prep, try to qualify for the Olympia for next year. And then we'll start that process. So I started prep and she got pregnant the week after I started prep. So
yeah, I got to start.
All you got to do is just add in gear, start your protocol for prep that you're going to do, that we're going to watch you compete next year.
Yeah.
And she will be pregnant. So
there we go. I mean, and you hear these stories so often too of like people that were, banged out a bunch of rounds of IVF and they fucking never worked. And then like just randomly they get pregnant, or like, like guy froze his shit because, shit wasn't working. They've been trying for years. And then all of a sudden they get pregnant. Like this shit happens all the time. So you never know. And, even if I get back on, let's say I'll try and be a little more like diligent of like, fertility health going forward, like, keeping some HCG in, like doing some things like that to just try and like, maintain it as good as I can, even if I'm doing what I'm doing. So yeah, I mean, I'll take that with a little more, like conscious effort than I was previously,
You guys want to do any questions?
Yeah, let's do some.
Do some questions. Brett, you're doing really good, dude. How much carbs are you eating right now?
Today will be lower. Yesterday was higher, so I got a little energy from leg day. Yesterday was a big leg day with food. I'm good. I'm good right now. My plan today was to sit right here and rest my legs. So my feet are up.
I got you. I was in my basement. I turned my fucking fireplace on. It's like 1,000 degrees down here.
Look at this. Very first question. How the fuck did Joseba know this? How did Joseba know that Brett was going to be on the podcast?
When did he send how long ago did he send the question in?
I posted it on my story when we started.
Oh, that's
why. Because I reposted Brett's story. So if it was in like the last like 30 minutes hour, he would have seen one of our stories.
Okay. Yeah. Question for Brett. What is your goal in your Olympia debut? What can you expect to see different in your physique from Legion 2024?
Awesome. So goal, like we talked about earlier, is going to be, battling that place, getting that top 10. That'd be a very, very good standing for first Olympia, especially in this lineup. So that is definitely the goal. I am most excited about just to show some new detail, especially, like I said, a lot of new back detail, leg detail, and then now it's about filling that out and putting it all together right now too. So, and honestly, just being able to present it, man. Like I said, on that big stage, haven't had that chance of this caliber of lineup, in this big of a competition. So, finally be able to soak it all in.
What do you remember your Tampa show that you came out? I think you took second to Hunter at that show.
Yeah, it was Chicago Pro in Atlanta.
It was Chicago Pro.
Yeah.
I thought that was Toronto. I thought that was Tampa.
Well, it was in Atlanta because of COVID. It was weird.
Oh, okay. Anyway, that show
I came second to Hunter in Tampa. He came second to him in Chicago.
That's right.
Yeah.
But that was kind of like your breakout, right, Brett? Like
that was my open debut. Yeah.
It was your open debut, but it was also like I think that was the show where everybody was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Oh yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Do you think you've achieved that look again?
Yeah, man. I mean, I go back. Went back and looked at that look the other day, actually, just wondering. That was a very, very good peak in regards to hardness and tightness and like skin. Like I was like maroon there. My skin looked leather. Yeah. I'm bigger now, obviously. I'm 5 to 8 pounds bigger all around. But I do agree. Like if I can match not only the detail on that peak, but like I said, there's just something different about that. Like the tan was perfect. Like I said, the hardness that with the peak was perfect. So I would like to mimic the conditioning of that. Yeah, definitely. But with the added like 5 to 8 pounds for sure.
Ben, do you think when you're coaching somebody, you can go too far in an effort to get the last few pounds of fat? I guess what I mean by that is like, say somebody's trying to get their glutes peeled, right? But like the rest of their body is shredded. Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, I got to get my glutes peeled. And if they keep going, they lose too much in the process. Is that?
Are you taking a stab at me here?
Yes.
What you're trying to do? Yeah.
I've done that a million times.
See, it's exactly what I did. And I actually said it out
That's
loud.
Actually exactly what you did. I did not mean that to go that way.
No. I actually said it out loud. I said, I'm going to, the last 2 weeks, I was like, I'm losing my legs for it, my glutes aren't in, yeah, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
But I should have, if I cared about, I'm still, yeah, you can overcook it, and it's human nature to get greedy, right? As well. Like
it's not that though. I guess what I'm asking as a coach, as a coaching like decision, would you ever tell an athlete like it's okay that we're not 100% peeled here because it's still a better look?
Yes, yeah, for sure. There's certain instances where you go, listen, if we chase that, we're losing two things over here, right?
Right.
So I'm not gonna give up two things for one thing necessarily and we're gonna lose the whole balance of your physique and the whole flow of your physique just to have one body part peeled. Now the trick is, like we spoke about at the beginning, you start early enough where you're able to get that peeled without losing the body part, right? And typically you only really lose that body part when you have to rush or you're in a panic at the end and you don't have enough time.
Right. Okay.
If you have enough time, then you should be able to maintain that body part and put it all in. Just some people it takes a little longer. And if you've never had that body part in,
yeah,
you've got to dig it.
Right. All right. Ton of Tony says, what's the most exciting thing everyone is looking forward to in 2026?
Oh my God, that's so far, bro. I have no idea.
I didn't even, I don't feel.
Well, we're moving, we got a new house, so we're moving into that, obviously, in 26. Yeah.
Mine's, it's kind of a crossover because I'm going back to England for Christmas and then like a month. So that's into 26.
What are you doing in 26? I can't hear you.
I'm going home. I'm going to England.
Oh, you're going home. You're going to England.
I'm home like December 20th, but I'll be there for like a whole month. So I'm super excited.
You're going to England for a month. Brett, anything?
Honestly, same as Ian. Now that he said that, like I got my mortgage application approved last week.
Right.
So right now I'm just at my business partner. This is his guest house. He has a great property out here. And so I went and got mortgage application applied for, got it all done. So now when we get back to Olympia, Ivana and I will be finding our settled house down here in Houston. So I'm excited for that.
That's awesome.
This should be our kind of family, you say forever, but at least long-term home for a while anyway.
How do you guys deal with the fucking heat down there?
You just have to, yeah. It took me 2 years in Florida to figure it out, and then now I'm kind of used to it.
Dude, the fucking humidity in Houston and Florida and shit like that. I don't know how anybody lives through that shit.
You stay inside.
Yeah, I guess. 2026, I'm excited for the Detroit Pro, which is March 14th after the Arnold Classic.
When's the Arnold?
What's that?
When's the Arnold?
Arnold's the first week. We're the second week.
Right. So you're just a week after this year.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think it would be a week unless they go.
They normally do first weekend. It's normally a third and fourth.
Oh, so
they'll be on my anniversary. It's only second and third. That's my anniversary.
Yeah. Oh, so it would be 2 weeks after.
Yeah.
Let me take a look here. March.
Might even be better.
The first weekend of March. Yeah. So they would be like the March 1st is the Sunday.
Have you heard this? I don't know if anyone's got any more insider access in this. That the Olympia is potentially moving next year. Do you think they're just going back to Florida for a year?
I've heard. Oh, I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's it. I don't know what I've heard.
Say it.
I've heard they're going back to the Orleans.
To New Orleans.
Brett, what were you going to say?
I heard they're talking about a 5-year deal in Orlando.
In Orlando. Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But
I'm so happy about that.
I don't want to be the first one to say that and the media run with it. It's wrong. But that's what I've heard from somebody in Orlando that owns a gym that would be part of it.
This is good because we both gave different rumors. So they can't.
Yeah. So let's start the rumor train.
Well, I heard it's moving to Dubai. So let's add another one.
I hope it goes to Orlando because Vegas is cool, but it's fucking expensive as fuck.
Yeah, it's easier in Orlando for sure.
And you can't get around.
Harder to get around.
The bullshit.
Yeah. Those apartments in Orlando are made. They're so handy. They're right there.
When are you going down? Are you going down to Vegas, Ben?
Yeah, maybe. I just Denise is giving me a hard time because she's like, "You said you weren't going to go," and then I told her this.
She's not working. She's not tanning or anything.
Yeah.
I still might go, Ben.
Wednesday to Sunday, and Phoenix's birthday is Sunday, so we've got to get the first flight home.
Yeah,
because I think it's the Olympia. So, Fouad, if you're going to go, let me know because I need to. I'm doing that today.
I'm not. I can't decide until literally Thursday before the Olympia.
Yeah,
I have to wait until things in Canada. This is how things in Canada work. My doctor's like, we'll call you and give you a surgery date, and it's going to be in October. And I'm like, okay.
I thought you meant your passport. If you got that sorted, right?
No, the passport's sorted. I have that October 7th.
So they're for sure doing surgery. They're just kind of deciding when.
Yeah, they're for sure doing surgery.
Okay.
They have to transfer. They have to do some nerve grafts and transfer some tendons and shit.
Yeah.
And then they do surgery. But he said it'd be in October. I just need to know if it's going to be before the Olympia. So if I don't get a call from anybody by October 8th.
What if they call you, like, you fly out on the 8th and they call you the 9th and say we can do it on Sunday?
No, they're not going to do it on the weekend.
Okay.
They're not going to do the weekend. So I'm going to the Olympia, but I have to wait literally till the 7th or 8th.
Till the Thursday,
book my
Wednesday,
flight.
Thursday.
Should I book a house with a spare room?
No, because what if I can't go? Well, if you don't mind, yeah, go ahead. Then I just stay with you when I get there. But all right, let's knock these out.
I'm going down on Sunday as well. So
Hey, I think I'm gonna get going if that's cool.
Yeah,
Yep.
of course it is, man.
So I'm gonna get his food in and go train here this afternoon. So appreciate you guys having me on. I will see Iain next week, hopefully Ben, and hopefully Fouad. Keep me updated.
Yeah, of course, man. Listen, good luck at the first fucking man. I hope you have a lot of fun.
yeah.
All right, my guys.
Safe travels, man.
Good seeing you, man.
See you there.
Okay,
See you
brother.
guys.
Take it easy, brother.
Well, I nearly closed the whole fucking thing down. Sorry.
Then number 3. How many from this year's top 10 at the Olympia do you expect to apply to the Arnold?
Out of 10 of them, I'd say I expect 3 to 4 of those guys to go.
Well,
I could
I
see
know-
like a Bonac going for sure.
it's $1
I
million, don't forget.
That's true.
So I expect like Baru's probably won't go because it's probably a pain in the ass. Hottie probably.
Well, it depends if he got approved for like a visa, like it
Yeah.
could be a one trip visa, but it also could be like a 3 month, 6
or
months,
something.
yeah, or whatever, you know.
Yeah,
That's just-
fuck him.
if he did get more, then I'm assuming he'll try and take advantage of that and do as many North American shows in that time as he can. I don't know. What do you think
I
the
think
odds of
we're
like
gonna-
Nick, Samson, Derek?
I think we're going to see 7 or 8 people, man.
Yeah, okay.
Because
I forgot about
I'd
that
say
prize money.
6, yeah.
if it's $1 million for first,
Yeah.
that means it's got to be like 250 or something or 300 for second.
So yeah, I think that's incentivization for the guys that think they're realistically in those positions.
Right.
So I
That's
think
the
if you're someone like, you know, coming 8th, 9th, 10th at the Olympia, I don't think that's like a massive incentive to you. But I
Right.
think if you're someone in the top 6 or top 5, then I think that prize money of, you know, winning $250,000 for second or $100K for third or something like that starts to become a pretty big incentive.
Yeah, like fuck,
But
man.
even the scraps, even down at 4th and 5th,
Yeah.
you'd expect to be bumped, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, imagine
But
taking,
although you say that the Olympia didn't bump,
And then they'll put it all
down
into first. Yeah.
Yeah, it went
Yeah.
like first, and then they kept like everything lower.
I have a feeling that Arnold will give a little bit at least to everybody else. I don't think they're going to leave just go $1 million. Everybody else can fuck off.
Yeah, it's hard to say because sometimes they just like to put it into the first place because that's what they can kind of promote of like fucking $1 million, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
so it depends how they want to structure it. But
Yeah. Well, it's $1 million fucking dollars, so it's going to be a big deal.
yeah, biggest prize in bodybuilding history.
Is it bigger than the Olympia?
Yeah, Olympia doesn't give $1 million for first.
That's not what
I
I'm
gave
saying.
600.
That's not what I'm
No,
saying.
he's talking about cash.
You
money.
said to me- Wait a second. I know
Total
what-
purse, the
I know
Olympia's still
what you
bigger.
meant. I know what you meant.
Yeah.
Biggest prize in Olympia in bodybuilding history. I know what you meant. But I'm flipping it. Is that like, let's say you win the Olympia, right? Let's say Nick wins the fucking Olympia. And then Samson goes and wins $1 million at the Arnold.
Yeah.
Who's laughing?
Well, I would still say Nick.
I don't know.
I'd say from a financial perspective, sure, but I think from a bodybuilding career accolade
course.
standpoint, I think
Of
it's still
course.
the Olympia. Yeah.
Of course, but these guys, like, I mean, Samson's a little older, so it's still different.
At what
but-
point? At what point, if any, does the Arnold have to get to take over the Olympia?
I think they're at that point.
I think it can't be an invitational and be that, you know,
I do.
because like,
I do.
I think it should be an invitational.
well, I think it should be, but then
The
I
Olympia
think
should be invitational too.
yeah, but then it's just they're different. So like right now, you're getting an overall deeper lineup always at the Olympia. Always. There's no Arnolds that are ever better overall than the Olympia.
No, but that's just timing. That's because the Olympia.
But then something needs to change. Either the timing needs to change for make it more conducive for the athletes, or something that would make it more incentive. And I don't think prize is enough to make the whole lineup deeper. I think you'll drive the big 3, 4 in there because they're jockeying for that.
No,
but if
no.
you're a guy coming 10th, it doesn't matter.
I disagree. I think, and that's what I'm asking. At what point does the Arnold have to spread the money all the way down to 10th to get a line?
I don't think money's the driving incentive for competitors though. Like, you know, I think I don't think that's like the thing that will make it, like, if the prize money is all of a sudden 2 times what the Olympia is, I still don't think it's the Olympia title.
Ian.
No, I think money is.
Hold on a minute. These guys
I don't think it is.
These are real careers for these guys.
Yeah.
And I know they all have sponsorships and stuff, but there's still real money. So if
then I'm speaking personally. I never picked a show in my life based off the prize money.
I didn't either.
But the prize money, but also the prize money. I forget the Olympia, the big shows. There wasn't Dubai, there wasn't Pittsburgh, there wasn't those kind of shows that were often big.
No, but like, you know, when I came second at the Arnold, I still won 75 grand. I only did 1 Arnold in my career where I could have done 5. You know what I mean?
Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
So listen. So if 10th place at the Arnold becomes $100,000.
Yeah, it won't. But like, let's say, okay, sure,
it will one day.
Yeah.
Let's say 10th place at the Arnold becomes 100 grand.
Yeah.
That starts to take people away. 50, even 50 grand. Right now, if you take 10th place at the Olympia, you win $5,000.
Yep.
Okay.
But if you come 10th place at the Arnold, you win nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if they change it to 25 grand, now you're like, okay, well, hey, I get to go home with something. I mean, look, saying 25 grand in prize money makes it sound like nothing, but 25 grand in actual life money, that's not bad.
Yeah.
You take 25 grand.
Like some guys want to earn the money, but also a lot of guys are happy for a show not to cost them money.
You're right.
Yeah, look, I think it could start to drive the competitors maybe a bit in that direction, but I still think, like, until I see that those competitor lists are getting comparable to the Olympia, even if the prize money is up, like this Arnold will be a big indicator because now the prize money is even exceeding the Olympia, depending on how they distribute it. But let's say if that lineup is still not even close to the Olympia is this year, then I don't think that tactic's going to work.
I would argue you're.
Sorry, Ben. I just was going to say I don't think the Arnold will ever. I shouldn't say ever. I don't think the Arnold will overtake the Olympia as long as the timing is where it is.
Yeah, and I think there's just a history built into the name of a title, which, like, the Arnold is awesome, and it still is the second biggest title in bodybuilding. But like the Olympia just has a historical significance to it that I don't think prize money takes away from it.
I do. There's
a number.
Yeah,
there's a number
If you say to me, I won the Olympia, and I say, yeah, but I won $1 million. Fuck you. I'm laughing. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, I understand from a personal perspective you're laughing, but I think from a career standpoint, there's still is quite a big difference in the accolade. And
I think even the fans see that. I think if they go, Derek won the Olympia, you won 500 grand, and then Samson won the Arnold, won $1 million. I think a lot of fans eventually are going to be like, gives a fuck. Samson won $1 million.
I don't think that's what it does. I don't agree at all. Because I think it's depth of lineup is what dictates everything. And when you go to an Arnold where I can come second place,
depth of lineup only indicates everything in the bracket. If Samson's competing against the same bracket in that elite group, or even
if it's the exact same top six,
even a few of them
can't be a few of them. It needs to be it needs to be the same or better.
Wait, if the Arnold bumps the money up like an obscene amount, say it has like a $10 million influx from some big sponsor, right?
Sure.
And they get a top 10 lineup. Well, if they get 10 years of that, the depth of lineup now starts to build a resume. That's a fucking
But hold on a minute.
I don't disagree there. If you start to incentivize it so heavily that everyone just now the time frames of people now playing in the years around the Arnold instead of the Olympia begins to become a thing. But the only thing is it's harder to plan for an Arnold in advance because of the application process versus the qualification process. So it's different. You can't plan your whole year around something that they don't even start the applications for till in December versus the Olympia. It's like you can qualify in fucking April and prep the entire year for that. It's like a 3-month window versus a 1-year window. So like guys need to have, something that they can grab onto for the assurity of getting to that show, which the top guys do. If I apply for an Arnold, I knew I was going to get into it. But
that's what I mean.
To have the complete depth of lineup that match the Olympia would be better.
I don't think you
still do.
You only need the top 10.
Listen, let's be honest. and this is no disrespect to anybody. The top 5 guys are not competing against the next 5 guys.
I agree.
Okay, so as long as the Arnold has the top 5 guys, that's fine. That's the show.
I don't think that will be enough to change the mental switch in everyone, the competitors and the fans' mind to that being now the premier show.
If let's say the top 5, let's randomly say the top 5 is Nick, Derek, Samson, Hottie, Martin, or Baruz, or Andrew, whatever.
And then if sixth place is fucking, is goddamn Dorian Haywood.
Don't say a name, but anybody. Let's say it's like the worst bodybuilder ever. Doesn't matter because it's the elite group that they're comparing themselves against.
Yeah.
Right. So like if Samson still beats all those guys at the Arnold, that's enough. Nobody's going to be like, well, he didn't compete against so and so in 12.
Yeah, no. Look at the Arnold where it was like Nick, Andrew, Samson, Rami, and Florida, right? I think it was the top 5.
Yeah.
It's still that top 3 comparison became like the talk of the year for.
But it still wasn't regarded as being the Olympia. So I don't know. I think total depth of lineup to me still does matter, and I think it matters because sure, the top 5 are the guys jock for the money and whatever, and it matters to them. But I think when you're switching the opinions of everyone, all the competitors, all the fans to this now being the premier show, I think the lineup has to be 20 guys deep of fucking elite bodybuilders, just like the Olympia is.
You can do that with invitations.
You could do that with invitations, but you have to do them earlier. You have to do them earlier, is what I'm saying. You have to give those. You have to do the application process in
halfway through the year.
Halfway through the year, yeah,
right.
Yeah, in like June, July, you start putting out that process.
Or you have 2 rounds, right? You do one early in the year for the top 10.
You do like 7. You do like 7 guys and another 7.
Yeah, and then after the Olympia, you have a second round of applications.
Yeah. Because I think you can make it from the top guys being incentivized to go there and make that first group very competitive, yes. But I think to switch the popular consensus of this being this is the number 1 accolade in bodybuilding, there's got to be depth all the way to the bottom. It can't be, top 5 is fucking the same as the Olympia, or maybe one guy missing, but then like after that it falls off. It has to be at least as good all the way through.
You could they could make it even more elite and say the Arnold is just top 10. We're doing 2 rounds of invites. We do a round in fucking April, and we do another round in July, and it's 5 and 5.
I wouldn't disagree with that, but then we would still need to see it historically start those top 10s be the exact same or even more competitive than the Olympia for the mindset to switch.
I agree with you.
If it's even 1 guy or 2 guys are missing, I think it's going to be hard for it to track.
I think you could miss 1 or 2. The Olympia is not always like it is this year.
But the Olympia is always more competitive than the Arnold.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying.
If they have 7 to 8 of the top 10 and the prize money is more,
then I think it becomes a crazy, awesome, desirable show, but I still don't think it surpasses the Olympia.
I agree with Ben on it.
Okay, for a single year, true. But if you stack those up,
if you start to stack those and then over years, then you will get that depth. And then I think that the consensus could start to switch. But I think it would need to take a few years in consecutive to build that for sure. Yeah.
All right, Fouad, we're in 2025. In 2030, we'll revisit this and Iain can tell us if he's right or wrong.
Let's debate again.
Yeah.
All right, let's go
5 years.
And I think you need to also reward as far down the lineup. Like I think the Arnold's only giving top 5 prize money. I don't think where the Olympia is actually giving every competitor really prize money. Even if you're not in the official top 10, everyone outside of that still getting their like $3,000 or $4,000. No,
you get an envelope. You get an envelope with like some cash.
They wired me like the years that I was out of the top 10. They wired like three or 4K
for mine.
Yeah, it's like 4K, and everyone gets that. So I think that's a big incentive to a lot of guys too. If you're getting that, at least fucking like Ben says, cover your damn expenses. So I think if the Arnold gave 10 guys prize money and then everyone out of it to say if they only invite 10 official prize money to every single competitor, Yeah. But it's an invitational, so 10th place is still awesome,
But the Arnold does cover expenses, whereas the Olympia does not.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I don't
not fully, not in full like the Arnold.
I think it was kind of the same, wasn't it?
I got my shit covered the same. I don't know how it is now.
Yeah, it was kind of the same.
I thought it was a monetary allowance, whereas the Arnold cover like just provided.
I think you might be right. It's kind of
They're
like
probably right about the Olympia because there's a million competitors.
so many of them, they couldn't possibly pay for everyone's food.
Right.
No, but that's more incentive for them to start reducing the size of these lineups so they can be a
Yes.
little more fucking personal touch to the show.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know, instead of like, okay, you get $400 for flight if you're domestic, you get $600 if you're international, you get 4 nights at the hotel if you're an open, you get 3 if you're in every other class. That's kind of how it works right now. So yeah, you good?
Yeah. Fuck, man. It just
Sure.
comes on. This nerve pain just comes on out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
like a wave. Yeah,
And it feels like the only way to describe it is like a fucking somebody had a lighter on your arm.
yeah, like a blowtorch.
It
to your
literally
head.
feels like fire. Like if somebody took a butane lighter, one of those
Yeah.
torch ones, and just like ran it across your skin.
Yeah,
It's fucking brutal, dude. And then it just disappears. And it just goes
Yeah.
away.
yeah.
Okay, let's do some rapid fire and then we'll go.
Okay.
Have the food of any country on prep. What country are you choosing?
Turkey.
Lebanon.
It's kind of the same.
Yeah.
So
Did you see what I had post show, Fouad?
No.
I ordered Lebanese.
Did you?
Had,
it's fucking the best.
Lamb.
well, yeah, because like
lamb shank.
anything in that kind of region where you're basically like having
Kebab.
rice, kebab meat, or like
Yeah.
chicken, beef, fucking lamb, and rice, you're fucking golden.
Yeah.
Like
Where would Luke land in this year's Olympia lineup? That's a
I
good
think
question. It's a deep lineup.
if you took him at his best, I think he
No.
kind of. If you took him like how he could have been continued, but if you take him at his best, I think he kind of falls.
If we take the best Luke we've ever seen, I'm gonna put him in like
I think he's like right around Martin,
no. I think he's better than Nick.
better than Nick.
I think Luke's
I don't-
better than Nick. I think Luke's better than Derek.
Nick's current versus Luke's best that he presented. No.
Yeah, no.
But if Luke would be
Dude.
here still,
What are you talking about? Luke.
the Arnold
Wait a minute. Hold on a
He
minute.
lost. He
Luke's
lost to
Arnold-
Cedric.
Hold on a minute.
Luke's Arnold look would not have beat Nick at
No.
the 22 Olympia.
I have
I'm
seen
sorry,
next
the
to
Arnold,
each other.
the 21 Arnold.
I've seen next to each other. You're talking about two guys that are same size.
Yeah, but he lost to Cedric.
Yeah, but Nick would have lost to Cedric.
That
Dallas
version of
McCarver
Cedric,
lost to
Nick would
Cedric.
kill him.
Kai Green lost to Cedric. A lot of people lost to Cedric.
I don't think so. I think I think Nick would
Nick
beat
Walker
versus
would,
Cedric.
I'm
Nick
the most-
Walker would
I'm
lose
the
to
most-
Cedric.
I don't
I'm
think
the
so.
most biased Luke fan you can fucking imagine.
I know you are. That's fine. I have my own opinion.
Luke's best of all time that he presented wouldn't beat Nick's best of all time that he's presented at this point in time.
I think he'd
Now,
be
if
like
Luke
5'6".
if Luke had carried on, I believe he would have been a Mr. Olympia champion.
I can
Sure.
agree with that sentiment, but
I
I,
agree
think
with
what we saw presented, I don't think the best Luke is
You
more
can't-
than fourth.
He was on his
taking
way.
a
He
little
was
bit
on
of
his way,
offense,
bro.
though. I'm taking a little bit of offense to the Cedric comment, though.
Why?
Because Cedric was a really, really, really good bodybuilder.
Yeah, but
Like,
where he beat
Why are you talking about Cedric for?
yeah, but when he
Because
beat Luke
Ian-
at that show,
Ian
his
said it
conditioning
like-
was his
No,
conditioning wasn't
no.
excellent.
hold
there.
on a minute.
At
'cause
what show?
Ian-
Hang on. At what show? What show are
just
you talking
hold
about?
on a minute.
When he beat Luke at
Ian said
What one?
the Arnold.
Arnold.
No.
Arnold. No, what?
Brandon and Bonac Luke. 1, 2,
Oh.
3.
What are you talking about? Where was Cedric?
Brandon won that Arnold. What are you talking about?
Oh, I thought for some reason Luke was second to.
What do you mean?
Brandon won. No,
Was
he
it-
came
that was
second in
Indianapolis.
Tampa. He came second. He came second to Dexter in Tampa.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know
yeah, and
that.
then I was in that show. I
What
was third
show
there.
did? Hold on a minute, please, everybody. What show did Luke compete against Cedric at? That was the Arnold, was it not?
His first Arnold. His first Arnold with you.
No, there was another
And
one where they were
The
closer.
Olympia the Olympia. But
No.
Luke was off at the Olympia.
No, man.
I'm remembering it differently.
You're
I thought
right there,
one.
Arnold.
I thought one Arnold that Cedric was first and Luke was second.
Yes,
Luke,
Yeah, what year would that have been?
that was the year after I beat him.
So what? 2017.
No,
Luke didn't take
2018.
second to Cedric and Arnold.
Dude, I got it right here,
Hello
man.
guys, how's it going? It's the Tominator here. So in this one, we're going to take
Look, this is the Arnold,
Sure.
the year after I did it with him. This is 2018.
He didn't take second. No, this is 90. Said, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
no, he's right. For in that year,
Where was he? Third?
He wasn't even the
was
top
third.
6. No, in
What are you
2018.
talking about?
2018.
This was his pro debut where you did.
Yeah, this is 19.
That
Yeah.
date is wrong. That
No,
date is
wait,
wrong.
this is not. Ben,
Breaking
this
down
is
the
not
third
show I
place
did.
place
all right,
battle.
all right, where did Cedric place at the 19 then?
Yeah, they're
Look at
they're
that.
battling
He's
for
got
third
braces.
here. It says.
Luke took third at the Arnold.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine.
And
He took third.
Brandon won,
That's fine. He took third. All I'm saying is that's not the one I did.
Okay, so yes,
Okay,
Cedric, he beat Cedric there. So it was Brandon, Bonac, Luke, Cedric. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I remember that completely differently. Yeah.
I remember that completely differently also.
So yeah, we're remembering it because they did a two-man comparison with them for third.
Why.
So they did a comparison with the two of them for third, which I'm confusing as being for first. But yeah, Brandon and Bonac were ahead of them.
So Luke beat Cedric there.
Yes.
Okay, well, I mean that's
Why do I have to
that's
argue?
even more. Okay, so now can we go back to the original argument? That's even more in my favor now.
No, because it was Luke at his best and Cedric wasn't at his best.
No, I said that was Luke that wasn't Luke at his best?
Yeah, it was.
Wasn't at his best. I faced Arnold. Was his
Yeah,
best.
so you think this physique?
Yes. Does not beat Nick.
No, it doesn't beat.
Come on, man. Fuck. Are you joking? I love him, but no.
Yeah, I guess.
Dude, go
Maybe
to the
I'm-
back. Go to the back. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, maybe I'm misremembering.
Yeah, it's an awesome physique, and I think this can battle with like Martin
Maybe I'm
and
feeling
Andrew and
a little
Baruz.
sentimental. Shut up.
But I that's that top four is fucking stacked, you know.
Okay. So if his progress would have kept going though, then who knows?
Then who knows for sure.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah, I mean for him, Dallas. I mean, it would have been interesting to see those guys with
Okay. You guys need to convince Paul to do a bodybuilding show after he retires. Not going to happen. Are you utilizing any peptides for your recovery? Yes. Marek Health. Go to marekdiagnostics.com right now and
Code Ian.
use my code RBP99.
IA in all caps.
No, I'm telling you, wait a minute. I'm being serious. If you go there and use RBP99, you get like $130 off your panel. Anyways, yes, the guys at Merrick are hooking me up with BPC 157. And I'm also taking Retatrutide because it's awesome.
Nice.
But,
and 50 milligrams of pharmaceutical Anavar.
and Androl. Okay, so on.
About game changing thing.
If you and Ian both train Paul, could he turn pro at the Masters? It would be an amazing series.
No.
Yes, let's do it. You can coach him.
Well, sorry.
I'll
The
train him in
answer is
gym.
we could train him, but will he turn pro now?
He's so true. Though.
Wait, you said what?
We could train him, but there's no way Paul's turning pro. You know?
I bet you he would.
No way, man.
I'll bet you any money Paul would turn pro.
Paul's got no legs and a massive stomach and gone triceps. There's absolutely no chance he's turning pro. Like, imagine that thing hitting a front double. Imagine him hitting a front double right now. You know?
Wait. The problem is, Fouad, you haven't actually been to like national level masters show in a while.
Yeah, these guys are
Some of them-
crazy.
Some of them are handy, yeah.
Yeah,
Really,
man.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, but with me and Ian at the helm, I think we could transform him.
You can repair all these torn triceps and biceps and pecs.
Yeah, he's a fucking Frankenstein physique.
Who's got the best front double of all time? And you can't say Ronnie because I was going to say Ronnie.
93 Flex Wheeler.
If you're talking pretty,
Yeah, Keon's up there.
Peon's got a really good front double.
I'm gonna say this. Pound for pound, Keon's my opinion, greatest bodybuilder of all time.
Wow.
That physique-
Of all time?
I said to Donnie today, I showed her a picture because I said that's on its way to being the greatest physique period of all time.
You can't say that. You
If
can't
you
say
just
it
did
all
a
time.
quick-
This is something that people keep forgetting. You get scored on structure. Like height matters.
No. I meant if you just get.
I know, but that's not how it works.
Yeah, but is it for his comparison? Yeah.
Pound for pound?
I don't care. I'm changing his opinion.
Yeah,
That's the whole point of this podcast. I have to change his opinion.
if you put your spin on it, then you're right. If I use my definition, which is pound for pound,
Well,
just
I'm
taking
using the
stock-
bodybuilding definition. You're using your own definition.
Okay, I'm just talking about proportionally on his
Yes.
frame.
I agree with you.
He's pro. He's the greatest. He's on his way to become the greatest physique.
I agree with you. He's got a insane
He's an alien.
aesthetic. Yes. Do bodybuilders always do carb manipulation before a show?
No,
How long do you think you'd survive in a zombie apocalypse?
forever.
1 week.
I'm wild out here. I'm good out here.
I got 1 week. I got no guns. My house is all glass. I'm fucked.
And what I do, the thing with yours, the thing you've got to your advantage is it tells you back door open.
Yeah, but you're close.
But if they overwhelm me at my
You're
house,
close to Detroit. You know you're gonna have some crazy.
Yeah.
You know you're close to Detroit. You're gonna have some crazy fucking crackhead zombies coming around there real quick. You know.
Yeah, but that
I got hillbilly zombies coming.
Yeah, someone's got to blow up the fucking tunnel in the bridge real quick. You know?
Though, if the fucking world ended tomorrow, I think I got a week.
That's it.
Yeah, I got like a week's worth of canned goods in my fucking house, and like I don't got a gun.
No, I meant people coming in your house. Yeah, but you're not making a week before people come through your front door.
I'm literally like, I'm gonna get in my truck and just drive to fucking Ian's house.
Oh
well, fuck! Get the fuck out of here! I need my resources.
Bring your canned goods.
We can steal other people's resources.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'd be down to rob some grocery stores. Yeah.
Wait till I gotta have my.
Dude, my neighborhood's all old people. We could fucking just pillage this neighborhood. Oh my god, they'd be fucked. Black Masket. I got a couple rifles. We'll fucking go in there.
No, but seriously, if the world ended, if like let's say that like the power grid like fucking just shut down.
Yeah.
And everybody was in panic.
Yeah.
And the groceries are empty. Well, no. Before the groceries empty, the power grid goes down. How long you got? Like for real question.
We got 3 generators over there.
Okay.
4 deep freezers, and then all those trucks have diesel in them. We're good for a while.
You're good for like a month.
Oh, he's way longer than that, man.
Oh, way longer.
Yeah, that's years. Yeah.
Plus, I got a pig and a cow I can live off, and a goat I can kill and eat. I'm good.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, Ben's good for like a year.
At least.
And we're picking up chickens next week.
And then you got to think to yourself,
I'll have eggs.
Okay, but how long before? Okay, hold on a minute. I got a question. How long before people start coming to your house to rob you for your shit?
A long fucking time. Because this town,
everybody has a cow.
They're all generational, so they're all fucking related. They're all friends. They ain't attacking anyone. So this town is a fucking
like lockdown
fortress. So they got to come to us, and you ain't getting.
So everybody from Dallas is coming to rob your shit, basically.
And it will take them. You know how far I am from Dallas? It's like 130 miles.
It's like an hour. What are you talking about? It's an hour by car.
Yeah, of straight motorway doing 100 mile an hour.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of places between him and Dallas. They're going to go to all those first, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a long time before they make their way out there. Yeah,
we got some time.
So Ben's good for like 6 months.
I think he's got more than that. Yeah,
minimum 6 months.
Ian, how long are you good for?
Well, with what I like, the resources I have on hand now.
Let's say you can't steal anything.
Well, then I'm making it a week.
Why can't he steal anything?
Like I don't have a doomsday shelter.
I wanted to know the non-criminal scenario and the criminal scenario.
Yeah, like I don't have enough stored food on hand. Like we go to the grocery store every day, you know. Like I do have some stuff, but like we wouldn't make it very fucking long, you know.
I think about that all the time now for some reason.
Yeah, I think it's not a bad idea to like keep some surplus of like, you know, water, fucking food, like canned goods, stuff. I think that's a smart idea to do for sure.
Every time I do it though, Summer starts opening the other bottles of water.
Oh yeah, you know, you got to put them somewhere where they're like out of sight, out of mind. Like put them in your storage, you know, like your fucking unfinished space, like back in the corner.
One of 15 empty storage rooms he has.
Yeah,
actually not empty, but a fucking
just go to Costco, buy like 100 cases of fucking water and store them under there, and then just buy like 1 million fucking cans of like, you know, canned chicken, canned fucking beans, like all this shit. Just go buy thousands of it.
Get a ton of honey as well,
and buy some guns.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Honey. Yeah.
The problem with doing that at my house, I think my house is easily broken into.
Well, you'd have to fortify it. You'd have to fucking board up your windows and fucking
like iron gates and shit.
Yeah, you'd have to get prepared. Yeah.
Fuck me. I would move.
I gotta move out of here.
Somewhere in the middle of
I gotta get the fuck out of here. I'm moving to Ben's.
House. Yeah, you can come.
Paul's almost retired, and then fucking just get the fuck out of Dodge, you know?
Paul's scared of spiders. He's not gonna help me at all.
Come here. We got 6 months. We got 6 months of canned goods and the gym. Let's see how.
Yeah, go to your house. We can eat, and train, and fucking shoot stuff. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. If there were betting odds for the Olympia, what would they be?
I mean, betting odds, I think it would still be slightly maybe in Samson's favor, but it'd be very close odds wise between him and Derek. It would be like almost the same.
Yeah.
And you have to. I don't know anyone's predictions. What's your top three?
It's funny you said that, Ben.
Oh, are we doing them? Can I take a leak? I go piss.
Come back.
I'll go right here.
I think
Wait.
I have Samson.
No, I'll go right here.
Just piss right there.
Yeah, I am. Right here.
Just piss right there.
I mean, Guy does it all the
Yeah,
time.
see?
So
That's why you see the tree right there on the right. That's Phoenix's piss tree.
That's the piss tree.
Yeah, don't go near it.
Okay. Predictions.
well, we need to do our proper predictions.
I got DJ's predictions yesterday.
Okay.
He's got Baruz in fourth.
Wow, ahead of Nick.
Yes.
Crazy work.
That's
No,
what I said to him. I said, "You're crazy." He goes,
And what do you say to that?
he said, Milos said he's big. He says he's really big right
he's
now.
at 265. I heard.
At 268.
Yeah, but he doesn't have enough legs up from the front to beat some
He
of those
said he's
guys.
got legs now.
No, he doesn't.
That's what Milos said he's got
He
legs.
didn't just fucking blow up his legs since fucking
Oh.
July. You know what I
Maybe
mean?
they shot him up.
No, that doesn't
Do you
matter.
not think?
Milos
me,
is
am
good
I
at putting
crazy?
size on people, man.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I think he'll
Am
be
I
good. I
crazy?
still have him in my top 6-7, but I don't think he's beaten Nick, Hottie, Derek, or Samson.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Am I crazy to say that Brett and Beirut have a similar front relaxed?
Yeah, no, they have a similar structure for sure.
Yes,
like
you're
similar
crazy.
look.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I don't.
Baruz is
I
just
think
wider.
Beirut is like a yeah. Brett,
He's just wider in the clavicles, but the shape is
Clavicle
very similar. Yeah.
No, you guys are.
It is. They have the kind of higher lat insertions,
They
bubbly
don't
lat
have
insertions in
high-
the front.
Brett's
they're
got a
fun double.
long torso, man.
So does Baruz.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does in the front shots.
Baruz does not have a long torso.
Think of Baruz doing a front double, dude. He pulls that up. It's
Are you
fucking
fucking
40 miles
insane?
long.
Yeah.
What physique are you thinking of?
What physique are you thinking of? This is a long torso?
Yes.
That's not a long torso.
Yes.
Look at the
What, if
difference.
that's not a long torso, what isn't?
Are
know?
you crazy? This is
When he pulls that up, that's long.
proportionate. This is a proportionate torso.
Dude, that's long torso.
No, it's not. The camera's on the ground, dude.
That's a long torso. I don't think it's the longest torso, but I think it's a longer
That's
torso.
not a long torso, man.
Well, because he's flexing down. I don't think Brett's would look like that either.
Wait till he hits a front double.
Okay, fine.
Look, that's very
look at
similar
that.
to Brett's.
That's a longer. That's looked very similar to Brett's.
No, it's not.
Sure.
You're insane.
Yes, it is. It's better. It's bigger and better.
You know what?
but
I
it's
have
similar.
fun disagreeing with you guys. I'll disagree with you both all day long. Let's
That's all. That's it. You actually agree. You're just being a dick. That's why.
do it. Ben, go ahead.
Samson, Nick,
1 second. I'm not that fast. Samson, Nick.
Hardy. Oh, I'm trying to see. Oh, Urs is in there. I forgot about Urs. Can I come back to 4, 5, 6, 7? You do
Sure.
Ian.
Ian's already done.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
those
okay.
are my. Those are my good
These
ones.
are your
Give me
picks. You fucking
give me a
picked these.
prop. Give me a proper one.
You picked these fucking picks.
Yeah, but I have my real picks.
This is real.
No, it's not.
That's
This
not
is
far off.
random number
pretty good.
generator fucking bullshit. Come on, give me a proper one.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Oh well, you're just gonna do it on here.
Yeah.
Okay, Samson, Nick, Hottie, Derek, Andrew. That's all good.
1 second. Nick, Hottie, Andrew, Derek. Okay, Andrew. Okay.
Baruz, Martin,
He's bruising himself. Yeah.
Good Vito. Brandon, Bonac, Tonio, Regan, Urs. Actually, sorry, go Urs ahead of Regan. Akeem,
You think it can be sus?
and then Rubiel.
They're horrible picks. Okay.
Jesus.
Ben, back to you.
I'm trying to think this one. Okay, Derek, Andrew, Good Vito, Martin. I want
I just
to.
really think I have a good veto, eh?
He's good.
He's
not
got a
great.
lot of size as well.
What's that, Ben? Go ahead.
I kind of want to squeeze Rubio in there.
I think Rubiel's
Brandon.
conditioning from the back is going to be way too exposed to a show like this.
Brandon. Urs.
Put Brandon 8th.
Yeah. Brandon,
Okay.
Urs, William. Sass. Regan Rubiel.
No Tonio.
Antonio after Rubiel.
Who's last?
15th.
Is
Akeem.
that the last one? It's only 15.
Akeem, Brad, just Jordan, Dorian, and Baruz. You didn't put Baruz in there.
Fuck me. All right, that's ignore me.
Now I got to move everybody
Baruz.
down.
Yeah, move everyone down.
Oh my
including
God,
Andrew.
Ben. Fuck you, dude. Where are you putting Baruz?
5th.
Oh my God, Ben.
You want to say hi?
Well, you need to your program and
Thank
your
you.
program to be able to like make it easier.
I got to remember your shit now. Who's after Baruz? Vito? No, after Andrew.
Vito, then Martin. I think.
And then you had
Urs.
Urs and Brandon.
No, I had Brandon, Urs, William.
Brandon,
Urs, William.
William,
I think I had
Regan. No, Sasan.
I think I had Sass, Rubiel, Regan.
Sass, Rubiel, Regan, Antonio.
Yes.
All right.
Regan might win, so I don't know.
I don't love it. I
What's
got
yours?
Samson, Hottie, Derek, Nick, Martin, Baruz, Andrew, Brandon, William, Akeem, Urs, Tonio, Regan, Jordan, Brett.
Yeah, that's far off. I don't think you missed shit for.
Garbage.
Ain't that much different.
Garbage.
I do not think Derek will beat Nick.
You don't think what?
I don't
Derek-
think Derek will beat Nick. I think Samson and Nick are the top two.
I think
Yeah, I don't think Derek's going to be as. I don't think Derek will be as good as he was at the Arnold. That's for sure.
That's gonna be hard.
I think Nick's gonna end up in 4th. I think the three Mr. Olympias, well, there's 4 because of Brandon, but the 3 at the top are going to be fucking spectacular.
I think the 2 that you can probably bank on the most are going to be Hottie and Samson. So I don't disagree with you there. I think if there's anyone that has room to sway in and out of that top 4 or within that, I think it is Derek and Nick. You know, I think if Nick's stomach,
I think Hottie has just as much chance as
I don't.
top 4
I don't.
or top.
I
Sorry,
don't
top
think.
3.
I think that top 4 is for certain.
I think that top 4 is 100%. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think because Dennis put Baruz in 4th, and I was like, no, I don't think anybody's breaking into that top 4. Those guys are just too big still, and
Beirut can't stand with those 4.
all four of those guys. And I know it's not a size contest only, but they have all the other goods too. But they are the most muscular guys on that stage.
Yeah.
There isn't anybody else.
No, Rubiel.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
Derek
but
from the
I'm
front is
talking-
not
I'm
one of the most
talking-
muscular guys.
I'm talking every body part. If you take Rubiel, yes, lower body, he's bigger than everybody else, but not.
Just take muscle on skeleton. Rubiel wins.
Yeah, but
like-
I'm saying like every body part, right? Rubiel.
I don't know if I agree with that because like Derek, shoulders, arms, chest, quads. His arms
Who's
are
bigger?
quite big.
Okay, who's
So
bigger than
detailed.
Derek? Who's bigger than Derek?
I mean, a lot of
Overall.
guys. I think.
Who? Name
Nick.
one. Yeah, not in the top 4.
I mean, I think even Brandon, other than his quads, but
No.
even that, I don't think.
Good veto.
Not
Good
every
Vito.
body part.
Not every
Yeah, I
body
think
part,
we-
but I can name a lot that he has better than Derek, and I can name ones that he has worse than Derek. I think that's pretty close.
But what I'm saying
I think
is
Derek is missing like the whole front end in terms of like good
he's not
muscularity.
missing. No, he's not missing the front end in terms of
Hardness.
size.
The
He's
hardness in
missing
it, yeah,
Hardness. That's different.
yeah.
I think all I'm saying is all
Detail.
around, top to bottom, those guys in the top 4 are the most muscular with the most shape.
Yes.
I say the most muscular, period, actually. I think if you
Yeah,
put Brandon, I think if you put Brandon next to Derek would outmuscle him. I do.
Overall, yeah, not
Overall.
in the quad department.
Yeah, not in some areas, but overall.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know if I
he's
quite
on-
agree with.
Like,
Otherwise,
Derek's
listen,
arms-
otherwise, Brandon would beat him. Brandon's got beautiful shape.
Yeah, because Brandon's got more muscle in his arms, chest, delts. He
I don't-
Lower body, he's
worse
not.
worse in the legs for sure, especially from the hamstrings and
But
adductors.
I don't think Derek's arms are small. They're just not detailed.
They're just smooth.
They're
Yeah.
quite big.
I
Yeah.
don't think they're that
They're
big, but I
quite
think they're the lack of detail in the upper shelf. Like his obviously his shots, like his ab and thigh, his most muscular are
Okay,
like,
if they're not more muscular, why are they winning? Because Brandon's got nice shape.
yeah, I think I think for Derek, I mean, he's just so overwhelming in the back and the side shots, and his shape from the front is good,
Right.
And his conditioning is crazy.
Listen, Derek from the front is still very muscular. He's just not detailed.
Yeah, I think his most muscular and his ab and thigh are way lower down the
They're
totem
his
pole than
weakest shots.
Yeah,
Yes.
like those are like there's guys out of the top 10 that have better shots than those. But I think he's so dominant in some other shots that I think it's
Right.
hard to pass him by, Yeah.
I
Like his
don't know.
side chest, side try, his back double, back lat, front double are all so excellent,
But it's in almost all of those poses, except for the front double, I would sway with Nick. Right.
So would I.
I know we'll go back to that same Pittsburgh debate we had before them, but
The problem
all
with
of Derek's
the problem with
shots, all of Derek's strong shots, Nick is strong in and better and hard.
right, but the problem with that, Ben, is they're not miles better. And when they start deliberating all of the things, aesthetics, which is like skin texture, veins, all that shit, it comes into play.
Oh, Derek's like the polish and his skin
Right.
texture
Derek's polished.
is way better. Yeah.
I think that's going to matter.
And but I mean, posing wise, they're both of them are very like masterful poses in
Yes.
different ways. Because Derek is more artistic, but Nick is a fucking statue.
So what I'm saying is, like, let's say you took Nick in the back double bicep, but it's like a fucking sliver better.
Yeah.
But
But then I think Nick in a most
presentation, right?
yeah, like Nick in a most muscular is like an absolute
That's a 10-8. Yeah, it's a 10-8.
That's like a 10-7,
Yeah.
So I think
But
there's
then the
some
front
shots-
double, you could argue the front double is
I would say the front double is a 10-8.
Right.
So,
yeah.
So that's
what I'm
where
saying.
it
So if
still
these
puts
two-
Nick over the edge to me, but I see it being very close. Yeah.
I personally like Nick's physique better, but I think they want the presentation.
Yeah. Aesthetics are overrated. Fuck it. It's a muscle contest.
Muscle and condition. Listen, if it was muscle
And conditioning, primary. This is
Don't say
bodybuilding,
that.
guys.
You know why you shouldn't say that?
Yeah.
Because that's what fucking people said in my era.
Yeah, we'll keep the wastes in check,
not even
but I
my
think
era,
that's still.
Not even my era.
Hey,
before,
that's what
before my
classic
era.
is for.
Huh?
That's what classic is for.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, listen.
Leave open for free.
Listen, people
Yep,
said
I
that,
agree.
and then the guys got fucking humongous, and everybody complained. Everybody's too big.
And
Oh,
so-
they
yeah,
look
but-
gross.
yeah, but
They
look
look gross.
Yeah, but okay, wait. Who's the reigning Mr. Olympia?
Samson, he looks incredible.
Right, but he's massive.
Yeah, but I'm saying you can't just say it's just a muscle contest, or else guys will get way the fuck blown out, and they'll get bigger than
Well,
Samson. But they
I'm
won't
gonna
look
start
awesome.
telling people wisdom. I'm gonna tell people it's a muscle contest.
Take
'Cause
it.
I want to see
Tell
more.
I'm not saying.
Carl.
I'm just saying that it should be weighted more. I think if you
It
had
is weighted more. That's
Well,
why the
like-
top four are the biggest guys.
Yeah, but like in the case of like a Derek versus a Nick, I don't think that bit of extra aesthetics that Derek has in like two poses should outweigh the amount of muscularity difference and conditioning in the front shots that Nick
It's
has.
not just
over
that.
Derek.
You're minimizing it. It's not just that. Derek is a prettier physique. That
Yeah,
counts.
but that's what I'm saying. Prettier. That's
no,
what
but
we're
I'm
using.
not saying it just. I'm not saying just the polish. I'm saying the symmetry and structure of his physique.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Don't count that as much. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
but that's what I mean. When you take muscularity, hardness,
But Derek's.
condition,
But listen,
it
you're not.
becomes overwhelming.
Yeah. At some point he can overwhelm him. I don't think he's there yet. Like
We'll
I saw
see.
them. Look, Ian, we were commentating Pittsburgh.
You had him win Pittsburgh.
I did have him win Pittsburgh. That's because I wasn't weighing the presentation like the judges do. And Nick faded in that third call out. I don't think
I think the only thing
there shouldn't have been a third call out
the
anyway.
only thing to me that you could have made really an argument for Derek beating Nick there was Nick's midsection control in transition. I think
That's
other
what
than
I just
that,
said. That last call out. Listen,
yes, yeah,
the last confirmation round they brought him out for was specifically to see
to
who's going to
separate that.
fade.
Yeah.
And
See, but in
who's
my
fading.
mind, I already had Nick winning by that point. That a third
Right.
one wasn't necessary.
They shouldn't have had a third round. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
like
agree.
Nick should have already won. That should have been the end of it.
I agree.
I argue that, like, not to spin it back, but when Andrew beat Hunter, and we spoke to Tyler, he was like, well, Hunter was winning after the
That's
first
true.
3 rounds, and
Right.
then by the 4th and 5th, he started.
So it's like, why the fuck do you need more rounds if you already goddamn won?
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
It wasn't a tie after 3. Call it. He was winning
Right.
after 3.
Right. I agree with that too. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough because a lot of people would say they want the aesthetics, the structure, the polish. They want all that stuff weighed.
I want it weighed, but I want it weighed within the guys that like look, if your stomach is a fucking disaster and you can't control your midsection and things like that, I 100% think that you should be penalized. I'm not disagreeing that, but I'm saying in terms of the hierarchy of things, I think that if you have 2 guys that are comparable in condition, but one is way more muscular and one is way nicer shaped, I think that the more muscular guy should win, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well,
Right,
listen,
let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If you're asked to explain judging to the layman, and they say, what's the first criteria in classic division that you are rewarding? Are you looking for anything? Okay, so now when you move to open,
muscle.
What should be?
I know what you're going to say. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
And I think you should go that first.
And that's why I agree with Samson winning.
Right. But this comes to degrees, and this is why other people's opinions matter, and the public at large has already spoken.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to say muscle would mattered more, and they did that, and the guy's got fucking huge, and you can't get huge without having big guts.
Yeah, but then it's funny. But then it's funny because after Derek beat Nick, now Nick became like the most popular bodybuilder on the planet.
But that's because Nick can still control his stomach.
Yeah, well, he didn't great at the end, but he still can. Yeah, I agree. Right. So that's where it's. I think for the Olympia, everything rides on Nick's midsection control. If Nick can keep that thing fucking buckled in, strapped in the whole time, I think Nick, the sky's the limit. I think if there's any slippage in that at all, I think that's like that could put him fourth. Yeah.
Listen, if you were to tell the judges close your eyes, and we'll tell you when they're in their pose and open them.
Yeah. Right? No, but not even.
But Nick would win.
Not always, though. Not always. Because I remember New York, the second New York, not the first New York. The second New York, even when he was in his pose, his stomach didn't look the same. He's got to be 100%.
But there was a reason for that, though, and I know what that was. And they were trying something different based off the feedback they got from the judges, because he had been pushing it, crunching it down all the way, which I think looks better. But then the judges told him to elongate it a little more, so that he was kind of half on it, so it didn't look like his stomach was all the way in. And I know that I've spoken to them. That's what they were trying to do. So that was like a conscious effort based off of judge feedback, which I don't think worked,
Yeah.
So then it was kind of like a confusing of like, is he hitting his abs, but just can't get it all out? Like, it was a bit weird,
I think he's decided, when I talked to him last, I think they decided on doing both. So like they're going to do a thing where they get into it stretched, and then he crunches it,
which
down.
He used to do, and I like that the best.
Yeah.
So we were talking about like, do you, and it's the same with posing, like, do you diet down and give up body parts, or do you pose a certain like and give up body parts? I think Nick has so much muscle, his midsection is such a red flag. He needs to like not worry about showing some of the other body parts, say in the front double, as well as they can be, and just present the midsection as good as it can
100%.
be, so he doesn't get marked down as far in that one pose. You need to give that pose up, but make it as unoffensive as possible, and then move on.
Yeah, and especially because his ab development is excellent. Like he's got, like compared to someone like Derek, I mean, Derek's got pretty shallow, not super nice abs when he goes down on ab and thigh, where Nick's are fucking fantastic. It's not the smallest waist, but when he really gets all the air out and sits on it, they're really nice abs. So I think if he can just show the abs, maybe you're losing a bit of lat width, you're losing a bit of chest size, like whatever, blah, 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 whatever you're losing, a little bit of aesthetics and elongating it. I think that's more, like Ben said, that's worth the trade-off. To just be the least offensive in that shot, display something that's a strength with good developed abs, and move the fuck on.
The thing is,
well, also it's the same thing that Samson. Sorry,
I was going to say the thing about you guys are making it sound like Nick is way bigger than Derek, and he is in some areas. But we did, like, me and Ian were commentating, and Ben, I think you were sitting in the first fucking row. We saw them in Pittsburgh, and it's not like Nick was bigger, but he didn't look like so much bigger that he blew him out of the water. They were
Listen, as soon as he walked, I was with Paul. As soon as he walked out, I said Nick wins.
I did too. Listen, I did too.
He was so much harder. Now look, if Derek had walked out like he did in Ohio,
but that's what we're going to see.
Can I ask you a question then? If we're going to count lapses in midsection when you're not in a pose, I think we should also count levels of muscularity and how good you look not in a pose. Because like when Nick walks out versus Derek walking out, Nick does look 5 times more muscular than him just
They're
walking
already
on
judging
stage.
that though. They're judging that.
Are they?
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
it's just indirectly. Like
Yeah.
you're a judge, and I've been around judges my whole life. When a guy walks out, they're watching him walk out. They're watching him stand there. They're watching him stand.
Yeah,
up
you're
the
watching
side.
it to a point. Yeah.
You're watching them at all time. These guys are being judged all the time, right? So all I'm saying is, and I'm not arguing for Derek. I had Nick winning too. I think
Fucker.
I think
So just shut the fuck up and move on. Let's go. Next
Do
question.
my day.
Oh, is there other questions? Okay.
No, we're good.
So on your predictions, you've got Nick ahead of Derek, right?
No, I have Nick in fourth. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. I expect.
You said 10 minutes explaining why.
I'm going to tell you why. I think Derek in Pittsburgh was not his best. And I think even though I had Nick winning, and I think a lot of people had Nick winning, even some judges had Nick winning, I think if Derek was at his best, he would have had straight first. And I think it's because Nick is not overwhelming him enough with size to overlook the shape difference. There's levels, right? Like you have to, if you're going to overcome that guy's fucking shape, you better be way bigger than he is.
I think Nick's bigger. I think he's way bigger now than he
Me
was
too.
at than Pittsburgh.
Yeah, well, we're going to see that on stage. If he can overwhelm him with size, then that's
I think. Well,
he's got to overwhelm him. Where we all look and we go, who gives a fuck about Derek's shape? Look how big this fucking motherfucker is.
Yeah,
I'm close. I was close to that in Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh, it was close. You're right. Yeah, I agree with you. But I don't know. For some reason, I think at the Olympia they're gonna.
Do you know what?
I'm trying to guess what the judges are doing, and I'm trying to. I think they want to present the polished look more than anything else.
yeah, but I think if you had Samson win, but Nick was second, you're still presenting that.
You're
still got the
presenting
fucking
it.
freak of freaks in second. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they were talking about hype and hoopla, they put Nick and Samson in the top 2 battles.
Either way, they need to do a Nick and Derek 2-man comparison, which I think they will do.
Yeah.
Either way to feed into this fucking thing. Like you got to have a 2-man comparison, Nick and Derek, and fucking milk that shit, you know?
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm right. I think I got it right. I think Samson, Hottie, Derek.
You always think you're fucking right. That's different.
Yeah.
I think Hottie's going to be crazy.
I do expect Hottie to be crazy. I do agree with you there. Yeah.
I think Hottie's going to.
But the reason I limit my expectation on Hardy is because I think we've seen the best of Hardy.
I do agree with that, but I think it will be a better Hottie than last year. I think there's still regressions in his physique because of age and just mileage. But I think it'll be a better Hottie, a crisper Hottie, a better peaked Hottie that I think could be very dangerous here. Because I think having Hani's full and undivided attention is going to be a powerful tool.
I think Hottie, we've seen the best Hottie, but he's still on that plateau. I don't think he's gone way over.
Oh, that's what I mean. I think what I mean is we've seen Hottie ceiling. I think he might be able to match it, but I think the others we haven't seen their best yet. Like I think Samson can get better. I think Derek can get better, and I think Nick can get better.
Yeah, Hottie. Yeah, the best of Hottie is. Yeah, I think we've seen it too.
We might see it one more time, but
imagine Andrew Jack just comes in, wins the whole show. We see the Andrew we've always dreamed of. Someone was saying Kamal, or someone was on a fucking podcast saying that he's fucking peeled. So who knows,
Okay, if Andrew's peeled,
I've heard.
Okay, let's pretend Andrew's peeled. Where does he place?
Who knows?
You got to think. You got to think.
Yeah,
wait a minute.
He'll look a bit stringy then. Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. You got to think if he's
unless he's gained 15 pounds of muscle. Yeah.
Say he's peeled at Texas 224
size.
And poses like he gives a fuck. At the Olympia, he always poses so fucking lax.
Isn't it crazy?
It hurts him every time.
It's so crazy to me that something.
He's such a different human. Texas,
such a different guy.
Like the most confident man you've ever seen. He's like,
at the Olympia, he just looks so like.
It's so crazy. Even so simple to fix. They just like ignore.
No, it's not. You know what? His whole demeanor backstage, because I've been, I think I've not seen 2 of his shows.
Very nonchalant.
At the Texas Pro, he's like there. He looks so stressed and overwhelmed backstage at Arnold, almost like Cedric. Like, I know, but it changes. He's one of those people. Like Martin's the same. Martin, you can tell, like he's hot.
Yeah,
He
wears it on
Your emotions show.
I remember the Texas Martin's pro debut when he was like amped up in the middle, and then they moved him outside, and he just like almost on stage, like
Melted.
Afterwards, I was like, "Don't you gotta be like in the middle in your head the whole fucking time?" Because as soon as you got moved, you didn't pose the same, and you faded.
Right.
I won that show, by the way.
No, the one Andrew won. Texas.
Yeah, fuck you, Ian. You didn't
You
win.
were in
No,
that show.
Martin's pro debut was my Texas Pro win.
I thought it was it might be his second show. He might come back the year after.
2021 Texas, I think, was Martin's first. Yeah. Or at least his first Texas Pro. Because Andrew definitely didn't win the Texas Pro in 2020.
No,
it was after. It was
you.
after me. It was the year after me. So Martin did do it the year I did.
In a row.
Yeah,
3 in a row. Yeah.
Okay, fuck you guys.
All right,
I gotta go back to work.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, love you guys.
Yeah, love you. See you later.
Bye.
Love you.